Okay, there we go. Sorry about that. Had to run and grab a drink of water last second, but we should be up and running now. Hopefully you can hear me. Hope so. Yeah, let me know if I'm just talking to nothing. I don't know how you would hear me to let me know that, but yeah. So yes, Tostadora, welcome. Mercu, hello, hello. Spartan Jared, hello. Yeah, welcome. So yeah, I threw that poll up and I'm gonna leave that up for a while throughout the video because I've been thinking a lot about Mob of the Dead recently, planning for this stream, and I have some interesting thoughts. I don't know if my thoughts have changed or if I've just never fully digested how I felt, even though I did do a retrospective and I do still stand by everything I said there, but I do have some more thoughts there, and I think it's more nuanced than it's an easy top 3. So I'm interested to see how that poll goes as the stream goes on. I'm just gonna leave that running, I think. Kieran, hello. Sorry for the jump scare. Glad you're here though. And Taito. Oh, that's true. Yeah, Stanley is not streaming today because he is on a cruise, I believe. So he's so I can steal his stream day. Oh, he's not on the cruise. It was just for the weekend. I just saw his picture. I didn't know he was back yet, but if he does start streaming, I assume a lot of people will jump ship, but that is all right. We're just gonna run for a little bit, maybe try and do an Easter egg run and show off this this new custom map. But yes, this is a custom map that I'm gonna be playing. We're gonna just be running through the new, just came out 2-ish weeks ago. Cop for that remake of Mob of the Dead in Black Ops 3, which I am very excited for. It's another cop for that is the one who did the Call of the Dead remake that was very, very faithful, I felt, to the original Call of the Dead. So I'm optimistic for this one as well. Did it play the intro again? Yeah, I don't know how YouTube trailers work. That's cop for that put that together. I just threw it up there, but sorry for the weird viewer experience if that's what it does. Skylined, hello. Welcome back. Okay. Yes, I think I said pretty much everything I needed to say. This is a custom map. Link is in the description. I'm excited for this. Yeah. They turned the loading screen from BO6 into a real game. That is absolutely insane, Dork. Yeah, I don't know if everyone knows that, but there's a loading screen in Prestige 6, I believe you unlock it in Black Ops 6. Here, let me pull up my my other Black Ops 6 scene. There's a loading screen in Black Ops 6, and it's of Mob of the Dead, but people found out, I think Cop for that was the one who actually did find it out, that screenshot is not a screenshot of like concept art of Mob of the Dead. It's not some internal thing they had at Treyarch. It is just straight up a screenshot from the custom map trailer that Cop for that did. Like, they obviously, he's like using mob assets and things like that, but the way things are arranged, he was able to figure out that it's not from the original Mob of the Dead. They didn't get the assets from their map. They got it from someone just Googling Black Ops Mob of the Dead and finding that trailer and thinking it was official. So that is, it's interesting. I mean, that's also kind of why I'm here today. Is it's easy and probably would be good for views to play Black Ops 6, but I'm finding it harder and harder to do that. I am still playing it on my own time, but it is unfortunate, all the stuff that's going on with the AI stuff, which I assume everyone is pretty caught up on. Yeah, I'm not like boycotting the game personally, and I wouldn't ask anyone to do that, but I think that it's less exciting for me than it was a couple weeks ago. So I'm not as excited, so I'm finding it easier and easier to go back to older games like Black Ops 3, playing Black Ops 4 a lot more. I played Citadel, I beat Citadel a couple times, but like it's such a bummer after they had such an amazing launch. That there's just this shadow over the whole thing that a lot of people don't care about. But personally, like, even though right now it's maybe I'm just weak and amoral, that I haven't stopped playing at all, but it's not enough for me to stop playing personally. But it is just a bummer, I feel like. Yeah, Mercu, a lot of the loading screens are, they seem like, here, let me get into the game, but I do want to address that as well. Yeah, we're on the Mob of the Dead. Yeah, we can jump right in. Let me know if my volumes are all okay once we get in the game and my gun starts shooting. I did get a new mic, so I don't know if I balanced it all perfectly, but I think it should be okay. Yes, Mercu. No, I totally agree. There a lot of them are like low resolution. Like they're fine in the little thumbnail view you see when you're like gonna buy the bundle, but then when you actually equip it, it's like 1280p or something. Like it's or 720p rather. It's like it's just not the right resolution for a 4K game. Yeah, and I mean I would love to equip like that Mob of the Dead one. I would like to equip the one you get in Prestige 1, but it's just like they look ugly once you actually load into a map with them, which is the whole point that they're supposed to be for. Yeah, no, it's yeah. Like I said, Black Ops 6 had such an incredible launch, and I feel like they've squandered a lot of goodwill. And yeah, like it's still good enough to play, but it's yeah, Kieran, I totally agree. It's like it was absolutely perfect for the longest time, or not the longest time. It was absolutely perfect at launch, and they just like just a bunch of unforced errors. Oh goodness, everyone's gonna complain about the FOV. I'm not gonna turn it up to 120, but maybe I can do an olive branch to people and maybe go to like, what does this look like? Oh, I have to apply. Let me see. Look at this. Locations marked on That's a bit better, and I can actually play with that. I'll survive. I'll survive. I'm not going to 120. I'm not an insane person who wants to see behind me. BO3 zombies greater than BO6 zombies? I don't know. I would love to see BO6 season finish because I truly think BO6 can be a competitor if they continue on the path that they're on. Like there was a lot of worry after the first DLC, like, or the first set of launch maps. Are the rest of the DLC maps going to be Terminus, or are they going to be Liberty Falls? Like which direction are they going to go for DLC? It was Terminus like a one-time thing that they only got to do because they had 4 years on it, or is every DLC going to be that big scale? And based on Citadel, it feels like they're committed to that big style. So I think that it looks promising, and I think Citadel is my favorite map in the game. I think Terminus actually might be my least favorite. I prefer playing Liberty Falls than I do Terminus. I did for the first month of gameplay, and now I'd probably rather play Citadel over either, but if I had to pick between the two launch, I would play Liberty. So I think, I mean, there's a good offering. Either way, there's a great offering of maps there, so I do think that after the DLC season is finished, it could compete with BO3 in my eyes very easily. We just got loaded up, guys. Yeah, Tostador, I agree. So far, 3 out of 3, 100% for me as well. And Kieran, yeah, I totally agree. I mean, so the situation as I understand it, and I'm not a union expert, I don't know what I'm talking about at all, but what was explained to me was that Black Ops 6 specifically, because it started production before the Voice Actors Guild signed for the strike, actors are allowed to keep working, and the ones that aren't are choosing not to work for solidarity's purposes. Like they technically could. It's up to the actors if they want to, like, you know, commit to the strike and like help their friends out and help their future careers out, basically. But legally, like, they can. So Nolan North, if he wants, could continue coming back as Richtofen. Morally, I would prefer he didn't. For the game, of course, he is Richtofen. I want him to be in it, of course. But I think that the right thing to do for the future of voice acting is for him to strike as well. And I feel like that would really put the pressure on Activision. Like, because I agree that if they made that change, is there anything else I need? Oh yeah, I need to. Oh no, the key isn't here. I don't need to do that. I agree that Nolan North not being Richtofen is something that I don't think Activision would be able to get away with, like they can for something like Maya being replaced or whatever. That would be something that I don't think the fans would let them get away with. So I think that would be a good way for them to put the pressure on them to sign, because everyone wants Richtofen. That was like the only reason anyone was excited for BO6 pre-launch. Not me personally. Like kind of liked the direction they were going, but I think that in general audiences, like the only reason a lot of people started to care was that Liberty Falls intro cutscene when they released that like a week post or pre-launch. So I think that, yeah, that would be a way to put the screws on them. Yeah, Mercu, I think I'm in the same boat. I think Citadel, for me, it's easy enough to get a sword that I don't mind getting into jumping into a quick match, even if it's going to be casual on Citadel. But Terminus does feel, I don't know what it is, because it's not a complicated setup. We're not playing Dead of the Night or anything, but I do still feel like for some reason there's that barrier to entry there where I feel like, oh god, I gotta load into Terminus. And it's great when I'm playing it, but it's just like, to click that button feels like harder than it should be. And that's a mental problem. My brain is just rotted. I want instant gratification. I want everything to be super easy. And that's not, ooh, oh boy. That's not really what I want for the health of the game, but I do think Liberty like was a sleeper hit. Like everyone was shocked, but that turned out to be a lot of people's go-to to just load up and play. We're in such a good spot where we had 3 maps and the worst is A tier. Yeah, I haven't done a full tier listing, but I think I'm there with you. Yeah. I think that all these maps are if I had to, yeah, A is a good ranking. Yeah. I think that that's pretty much where they all are. I agree. Activision solution, kill Richtofen. I imagine that they're, at the very least, they're thinking about delaying. I don't know when they were planning on reintroducing him, based on the story, because obviously he hasn't spoken since the Liberty Falls intro. I bet they're like panicking now. The Treyarch writers are probably like waiting until the last map to introduce him and just praying that there's a solution, that the contract dispute gets resolved. But if it doesn't, I'm gonna be, I don't think they can go this whole game without having Richtofen talk. So I'm curious to see what happens if the strike doesn't get resolved. I think that the last map in this game probably has to have Richtofen. I don't know how they get away with not doing that with all the hype they've been building. Donuts, hello. I really appreciate you dropping in at the start of every stream. Thank you. We have to do something sometime when things aren't so crazy with the with all the crazy videos you've been pumping out. Once the DLC season slows down, I would love to chat with you for a couple minutes. Yeah, thanks for stopping by. And does it have a shared inventory? I can't guarantee that, but I'm 99% sure that it does, because it's on the Black Ops 3 engine. I don't think there is a Black Ops 3 map that doesn't, right? So I do think that's pretty solidly guaranteed. I just have no friends, so I have not played it co-op yet. I'm gonna try, so I did say I was gonna try and do the Easter egg. Obviously this map originally was a co-op only Easter egg when it was in Black Ops 2. I'm not sure if they've changed that at all. It's possible they have, and it's possible they haven't. But we shall see. Did I actually pick up the key there? No, I didn't. Just completely autopilot.
Double point. This ain't a fucking game.
Skyline is, yeah, no, I agree. I think that the average COD player truly does not care. Like, the amount of people who play Call of Duty, who are just not on the internet otherwise, like, it's not that they don't, like, watch YouTube videos or don't follow the devs on Twitter. Like, it's like they are completely blind to anything except loading up a game of Call of Duty after work, playing, like, for an hour, and then taking care of their kid. Like, no, this is not going to make a meaningful impact on... Like, yeah, I don't think that the average Call of Duty player, of the millions and millions who do, care even a little bit. So yeah, they're still going to make their money, which is unfortunate, and it sucks.
I think we need to overload the electric
yes, Dork, yeah, they did. They changed... Yeah, everything, everywhere where Sam appears in the game, including like the Terminus outro cutscene, Liberty Falls intro, Liberty Falls, Citadel, like new, the like mid quest dialogue. Every single place where Sam appears is a new voice actor. Aetherella as well was another big one. Very distinctive voice, who a lot of people did that Easter egg. Yeah, that is changed as well. They went back. It wasn't just that I truly don't know the internals of their contracts at all. But maybe it was just for consistency, or maybe it's for legal reasons that she is striking. They can't use any of her old stuff either. But yeah, everything had to be retroactively changed as well, which is it's insane. Yeah, no, exactly. Yeah, that's the thing. They had to re-render it. They had to re-implement that cutscene in the, basically re-upload that to the game files, because it's a whole new thing. Yeah, 100%. What can I do here? Tostador, Black. Yeah, you know what? I just tried to weapon inspect the, like I have been in Black Ops 6, just double tapping the button. But yeah, no, I don't know how many guns are remodeled for this map specifically. I know a lot of custom map creators do use like some custom zombies creators just make like guns, and that's all they do, and then so other map creators can just import those into their files. But yeah, I don't know the whole specifics, but all I know is these guns do look good, and I am going to be getting that bootlegger very soon. Where's the frickin' afterlife panel here? Oh, I guess I can do the one inside. See how much I can get done with this. Okay. Yes. No, I think that this, with AI, is changing a lot of industries. I think that people, like, because a couple years back, yeah, there was that whole thing with deepfakes and stuff. People realized that, oh, like, they can just do that Rogue One thing where they just create an actor, and they didn't have to get permission from the estate to do that before. That is starting to get written into contracts now. 100% that this, I'm surprised it hasn't been already, because voices, I feel like, have been more of a solved problem than deepfakes were. But yes, this will change the landscape of how voice acting contracts and acting contracts in general are written. It's, yeah, I mean, the thing is, like, here, I work for a tech company. I'm part of the problem, absolutely. I don't work specifically on AI, but I work for a company that does AI and uses AI. And I don't stand on the side of, like, we should not allow AI to exist. It's like, I just think it's impossible to put the genie back in the bottle, basically. It's technology. The technology exists, and if it didn't, someone would be able to invent it following the same process people have been using. Like, we have to figure out a way to deal with it now that it's here. And I think as consumers, I wish consumers were smarter in general, but the savvy consumers that we are do have to put some pressure on companies and use I think we have a responsibility to say, like, you can use it for some things, but things like replacing people entirely, there's no laws for that right now. So it has to be a community-led effort, basically. Oh, okay. In the EU, there's a thing where generative algorithm models have to pass. That's interesting. See, yeah, I don't know enough about AI to really speak on it, but, like, I don't, because AI is an evolving thing, right? You can always add new training data, so it's not like an AI is like a singular, like, it's not Scarlett Johansson from Her. It's not like a singular personality. Like, it is just machines talking, and that machines can pick up new data all the time. So can you really, like, say this AI is good and it's going to be good forever? It's such a sci-fi problem to have, and it's also like a lot of people's, I'm nowhere near smart enough to have this conversation. We're just trying to play some Mob of the Dead. I don't know what I'm talking about at all. Don't listen to me. We're all just machines. That is so true. Our brains are just electrical impulses. Okay. Did Black Ops 6 mobs have the same atmosphere feeling of old zombies? I mean, this was a big criticism pre-launch, right? Everyone was talking about aura. Everyone learned the word aura for the first time for some reason. But Do they have the same atmosphere? I would say it's a big question. Not in all cases, but I think that like this map has one of the most iconic atmospheres of all time. I don't think anything in Black Ops 6 yet competes with that. Citadel. Oh, is this a 2-hit down? I actually did not realize that, or I guess I just got triple smacked. Yeah, I don't think anything's on this level, but also there's things like there's Kino der Toten, right? Like Kino der Toten, I would say is a great map. I think a lot of people underrate it because, you know, it's just Derice again and blah blah blah. I think that was just embarrassing. Can I activate anything with this? I think I've done everything down here. Oh, I didn't do the plane part. Yeah, sorry. What I was trying to say was I think like, oh, I did do that. Yeah, I think there's maps that have less atmosphere and maps that have more. I don't think it's like Black Ops 2 maps and 3 maps all have more atmosphere than every Black Ops 6 maps. So I think it's a nuanced question. But I do think that Black Ops 6 maps are trending in the right direction. And even if they're not like at the peak of atmosphere, I do think that you can't say that any of the maps have like are like auraless. Even Liberty Falls I do think is great. Yes, that's a good place to anchor it, Donuts. Absolutely. I think that on average, the Black Ops 2 maps, that's a good anchor point for Black Ops 6. It's not, yeah, that's true. Black Ops 4, obviously, we agree, I think, that like every single map in that game is almost unbeatable. Probably never been beaten. Probably never will be. I don't know. I'd like to be optimistic, but like Black Ops 4, they got so much budget for that. They were able to absolutely hone every single thing in that game, and I don't know if we're ever going to see that again, which I am very sad about. Moon has no atmosphere. So true. So true. We haven't done Infirmary yet. You know, 2 years ago, I did in the Zombies for Charity streams I've been doing. I did a Mob of the Dead speedrun of getting the free Blundergat, and I did it in 11 minutes. And now I still like remember all the tricks intellectually, but I just have not been using that knowledge. How long have we been going so far? Where do I even see that? I don't even see that on my UI. Oh, 20 minutes. Yeah, no, I'm a bit slower than my peak time. I'll say that. Oh, interesting. So Schizo Souls, I haven't actually played Vampire Survivors, but I've heard a lot about it. And that is, I'm trying to think, because I don't think I've played a lot of horde-based games because I knew I loved zombies, but I don't think anything's ever grabbed me in the same way zombies has. I think for me, it's not just like horde-based, wave-based tower defense gameplay. I'm probably not ready to speak on it right now. I probably know what I want to say, but I just will fumble around with the words for a while. But zombies is like a lot of other things on top of that really grab me in a way that just something like, I don't know, Gears Horde mode or Bloons Tower Defense. Like there's so many different things that it could kind of pull from, but this like does so much more. It puts all the pieces together in a way that I haven't found anything that scratches that exact itch. And a lot of it is that Call of Duty is just genuinely the best feeling game, like one of the best feeling games ever made, because they spend billions and billions of dollars to make like the best feeling shooter. Like even if something like Skur Ritual had more interesting gameplay, because it's made by a 3-man dev team, like it's physically impossible to get that same gunplay and movement tech that Call of Duty has. So it's hard for anyone to come and disrupt the space. Call of Duty just has such a great underlying engine that it's hard to come into like, and you know, disrupt is the right word. For real tower defense zombies, Plants vs. Zombies. I did see FPS Psycho play that. Yeah, I might hop on that at some point. That did seem like some fun. Yeah, Donuts, that's another good point is I'm trying to think if any other game has even tried to implement so many layers. I think this is actually the best map to talk about that, because this map,
Some folks gotta learn the hard way.
I don't want to get into it too much. I want to save that for a bit later, but I left that poll up because my thoughts on Mob of the Dead are complicated. I think Mob, if you just look at it in terms of a map, like if you played it, turning all the voice lines off and turning your brain completely off and just playing it as a map, I don't think it's that strong. But I think it's so elevated by the narrative and how the narrative ties into the gameplay that it becomes something special that almost no other map ever has. Even the Black Ops 3 maps where they tried to follow the same formula, it all came together here in a way I don't know if it ever has again. And so I think that I totally agree that this map specifically, like, it really demonstrates how Call of Duty Zombies is more than just a wave-based horde mode. What do I still need? Oh, I need the Hell's Retriever. I just got that. That's very true. Yeah, no, Dork, that's a great point. That, like, you know, I like Firefight and I played that a ton in ODST and Halo 3, but you're right. I would never buy a Halo just for Firefight. It's like a fun diversion, but I absolutely did buy Black Ops 6 intending to pretty much only play zombies. So it just has that grip on me. It is something special. You're very right. Nerdy Catface, what's up? Hello. And yes, Mercu, 100% agree. I went back and forth with, not back and forth, we totally agreed, but Stanley and I had a thread on Twitter a little bit back that Easter eggs has been an outdated term since like halfway through Black Ops 2. Like, the community has really held on to that label, and it's to the detriment of growing the community, and it's to the detriment of a lot of people's mindset that that they're still called Easter eggs because, oh, what do I have there? Oh, Ask Gat part. Yeah, they are. Main quest is absolutely the right verbiage because they are clearly, like, maps are built around doing the quest. So to call them Easter eggs and, you know, behave like they're these tiny side Easter eggs just for the true fans, quote unquote, it's just incorrect at this point. Everyone knows that Call of Duty Zombies has like a main quest. That's where the story comes from. Like, that's the meme about the series. So like to build quests expecting them to be super hidden for 3 weeks and only real fans can find them and directed mode can't exist or coexist, it really hurts the growth of the mode, really. Because they shouldn't be like easy. I don't think that they should be. I don't think directed mode should come out on launch or anything. But I do think that like, directed mode isn't a bad thing, and quests being solvable by individual people. Like, I did solve the Citadel Easter egg almost myself. I didn't get the interact or the weapon inspect step. I had to look that one up, but everything else I did on my own. And I think that's a great, like, level of balance. I think they've hit the mark with that level of difficulty. Do I still have? I don't have an MP5. And yes, yeah, with the camo grind and everything, there, yeah, Donuts, you're right. There is so much content that, like, I'm gonna play Black Ops 6 all year. I have almost no doubt, unless the whole game becomes AI. The next map is just built by generative AI. Then maybe I'll back out then. But hopefully they right the ship there. I should also grab the shield. The shield is way more important in Black Ops 3 than it is in Black Ops 2. Okay. Kieran, yes, that's a great point. Yeah, you said this was your favorite map earlier, and I think that's a great criteria for a map, is that like, I like Shangri-La a lot more than a lot of people for that reason. I like it is kind of limiting the like, it limits the different kinds of gameplay. Like, some people like to camp and they just don't get that experience there. But I do think that for me, for my tastes, a map should keep you constantly moving around. There shouldn't be like a defined training spot, a defined camping spot. I do think that the best maps in my mind are the ones that somehow forced you to be dynamic and really take advantage of all the different systems and keep you running around.
You're a dead piece of shit now.
Interesting. Dork. Yeah, I think that could be an interesting balance. Yeah, I'm trying to think. I imagine it would be frustrating. Whoa. Yes, it would be frustrating to get to a boss after an hour and a half and just have like no chance of beating it. But I do think it could be an interesting progression if those like first hour and a half were still fun to do, or that first hour and a half was still fun to do. I think that could be interesting, like balancing around the idea that players are going to get there fast, but they really have to put in the work to learn it once they do. That's true. Yeah. MWZ mentioned we love. Well, we don't love the mode, but we like the mode. It had some good ideas. We don't completely dismiss it. I am putting the finishing touches. I wanted to get a review of MWZ out before Black Ops 6. Obviously, I didn't. I have since refined my project planning process to hopefully be a bit more productive. Because I just kept missing deadlines like that. I have like 3 videos in the works and they're just completely disorganized. I'm gonna die here. But yes, I have started planning a bit better, so I'm hopefully gonna get those out a bit better. But yes, I was gonna say my review of MWZ is that it had a lot of good ideas, and I would like to see it come back. I think a lot of people, or the leaks or something, are leading to the idea that next year's Call of Duty is going to be another Treyarch game or Treyarch style game, Black Ops 2 remake or whatever it might be, that that brings back a lot of like transit stuff, and that's supposed to be the launch map. I don't really know, but I do think that the next Infinity Ward or Sledgehammer game should be, in my mind, they should try and go back to open world zombies. And I think they were almost there with MWZ, and I absolutely could play that. And if it was better, I would play it a lot more as well. Dork, yeah, very fair. Yes. Yeah, I'm sure you know the struggles. You know, I didn't set up my Gobblegum pack, but that does exist now. I guess I could try and take advantage of that.
You hear? Plan. We had a plan. Gotta find the
And Mercu, that is an interesting idea. I'd have to think about that because it could work for a single map. I don't want every map to just have a trivial Easter egg that you can skip every time you play. Like, I do like the experience of going back and playing Easter eggs over and over again and doing that whole 2-hour process every time. But it would be an interesting experiment where, like, there is a way to skip straight to the boss on a map, and just you have to... The only trouble is getting set up and then actually learning all the patterns and straight up getting good. Yeah, I don't think I would want that to be a permanent fixture, but I do think it's an interesting idea. Yeah, Donuts, I'm sure you would love open world zombies. There was no doubt about that, but I'm totally with you. I think that could be a great off-year thing. A lot of the studios have struggled with making round-based modes that match Treyarch, and I don't necessarily know why that is. Like, there's no, it's not that Treyarch has some magical team, because I don't think there's probably like a handful of people, like under 10, who are the same people now that were on at Black Ops 3. Like, it's not like Treyarch is an entity who makes games. It's made up of individual developers, and so is every studio, and all of them are talented. So I don't know why, like, for example, some maps in Infinite Warfare Zombies just struggled a lot more than something in Treyarch Zombies. But I do think that if they could do something that was a little different like that, like open world zombies is, where they weren't being directly compared to Treyarch, I think they would get a lot more grace. to really experiment. And yeah, I do think like I truly think open world zombies, like big Warzone style zombies with random players in a lobby, I think that idea can work 100%. I think it did a lot of the time in MWZ. It was flawed, but again, I'm like level 400 or something in that game. I have most of the way to Borealis. Like I played that game a ton and I enjoyed most of my time with it. There were a couple things that I think they could tighten up and make it like a truly, truly good game. And yeah, Skyline, absolutely right. I think that's the right. They really just, they have to fully commit to it. Like they can't do a Vanguard where they try something kind of different and then go back to Shinonuma Reborn. Like they have to put all their resources, like as much resources as they would put into a full zombies game. They have to really put that passion into making something truly unique. If you know what? Actually, I was gonna be shocked at 6 days of playtime. I think I have like 4 or 5, and the things you do with you know, the 24 hours of games tracking Gobblegum earn rates and Deadshot progress, like I can totally believe that you have that much time. I don't think that's that insane. So, but that is, I'm shocked that, I mean, you are the MWZ guy in my mind, so I'm shocked that you have, it almost seems like a little, like, it seems like too little for MWZ, almost. Yeah, the Wonder Weapon, you know, I wish the Blood Burner was more interesting. I think that it's, it seemed like a cool idea in theory, but I never found myself actually using it. It's okay for getting around the tier 3 zone, but like you almost never, like if you have a free spot in your rucksack and you want to bring a blueprint in, you're probably not going to bring the Blood Burner key. You're just going to bring another perk. Like it's limited enough that there's always something better to bring. If you find one in tier 3, you might run around for a second, but if someone steals it from you, it's not the end of the world. But again, if they do open world zombies again, like that's something they absolutely could expand on and find a niche for that would work even better than Blood Burner did. Yes, yeah, donuts. I absolutely agree. I think the problem is I'm trying to find out the phrase I wanted to use was a bit crass, but they went too far too early with MWZ. I feel like the season 1 Dark Ether blueprints were, I think everyone agrees. I don't think I'm saying something revolutionary here. The 3 season 1 blueprints were all like the 3 best ones they ever released. Like, and so the things like golden armor, like you never want to go into a game without golden armor. And so when you are forced to do that, if you like, because that's, if you don't have that on cooldown, it almost feels like you don't want to play the game. So I totally agree that, like, yeah, I played around 1 game a day. I would try and go into a Dark Ether and get golden armor, but I feel like that was my hard limit, where if that was like, if I didn't have that, or I didn't have, I'm trying to think, none of the perks felt super essential because I could grind up to them pretty quick, but like at least a pack 2 crystal, things like that. Like there were things that I just, if I didn't have the item, I just straight up, it wasn't worth going into a game for me. Even though it's possible to do everything the same way, it just felt tedious to do. So yeah, I think that's a well-discussed problem with the exfil extraction shooter gameplay loop. So yeah, again, something to think about for them. I'm not a game designer. I don't have the solution. I just have the problem. That's an annoying nuke. Oh, don't even get me started on the Unstable Rift. I beat it a single time with a full stack of 6. I tried it solo like 10 or 12 times. Never got it done once, which is an indictment on my skill. But even during those times, like I was just not having fun. So yeah, that could have been an interesting addition to the gameplay loop, but it was poorly executed in multiple ways that, yeah, no, that did not accomplish what they wanted it to, for sure. No, I'm curious. Yeah, I don't know enough about like the Tarkov Hunt Showdown. Like I don't know enough about that genre to fully understand the schematics and rucksack like dynamics that genre has kind of built up over the years. But for me, like it seems, yeah, I guess no, that's not true. I do think there's a use for schematics, and it's what I talk about in my video. This I don't know. I haven't talked about Mob of the Dead a single time this whole stream. I hope people are just vibing and enjoying. But I'm talking about MWC right now, when we're playing some people's favorite map of all time. But yes, no. What I was gonna say was, for me, the schematics, the idea behind the schematics is to force you into different experiences. So they don't want you running straight to the Dark Ether or Tier 3 every single game. They want you to like they want every game to feel a little different, depending on randomized loot you get and things like that. The problem is that the game didn't have enough content to support that. So games, even if you were in tier 2, you didn't feel like you were getting a different experience. You just felt like you were getting a worse experience. Like you just felt like you're doing an Outlast in tier 2 and you're like, wow, this would be way more fun in tier 3 because I would be running around and throwing my Aether Blade and stuff, but here I'm just kind of standing still and doing nothing. Ooh, this is the one speedrun strat I know, is to kill the zombies from up here, but apparently it doesn't work in this version. Yeah, that was my problem with MWZ, is like it was built around the idea that every game could feel different, but there wasn't enough there to make that happen.
One of these is all I need.
So tier 3 and Dark Ether were the stuff you wanted to do, and everything else just felt like, oh, I have to get through this to do the fun stuff. Like you should never feel like you're, I mean, some people do enjoy the grind. People play games like WoW and stuff, but for me, like I don't ever want to be grinding towards the fun stuff. I want the grind itself to also be kind of fun. So I think that was my big problem with MWZ, which I think I articulate better in the video.
That's a nice fucking.
And yes, Kieran, yeah, I did see your message earlier, but yes, you're totally right that like, I mean, a whole new map would have been difficult, and the map was kind of built around those concentric circles, so they can't like make tier 3 a different area. But 100% you're right that like having the exact same map every time, even though like of course it had to be that way for financial reasons, it did hurt the experience. That because even Warzone changes a couple times like a game, because they know that having the same map for a full year is kind of game killing. But they just couldn't do that with MWZ, which is unfortunate, and they knew that was a problem. So they tried to add the Dark Ethers to add a little bit of a variation, but
Damn right you better fall down.
it wasn't like a full new map. It was just another singular zone. Yeah, no, Dork, it's a good point. I wonder, yeah, the making like the grind for the schematics kind of was the content for MWZ. And can you open this without? No, you have to de-electrify first. That absolutely was. I do think there was fun to be found even after you had all the schematics. I did enjoy, like even once I had everything, I did enjoy going to all the Dark Ethers just for experience and camo grinding. Like I did think there was some stuff to do there, but you're right that early content was like the best. It never reached that level again. DJ Hot Pocket. Okay, let's get back kind of on track to something relevant that people kind of care about, not MWZ, but Black Ops 6 at least. What do I think of Citadel? I think it's fantastic. I think that it is great. I had so I have, point of order, I haven't had any issues with connection. Absolutely zero in all of Black Ops 6's lifetime. That was 268 or 286? 286. Let me just get this done first. Perfect. So yes, I have had no connection issues, which I know that makes me lucky. Oh, this is going to be a yucky rundown. I don't think I'm gonna be able to get it. I think I'm gonna have to do another run. Because what's my second gun? Yeah, I'm not gonna survive that. Yeah, no, I think Citadel is great. I had a great experience because, as I said, I was doing everything blind. Oh, this is okay. Custom map. First couple weeks custom maps goofiness. That's fine. We don't mind that. Yeah, so Citadel, I solved everything myself almost. Like I did all the sword upgrade myself. And I think that absolutely elevates the experience. It's a map that's built for, it's not built around finding guides. Like it's not an Origins where they, at the end of the day, expected you to find the Mr. Rufflewaffles guide. They were intending players to be able to upgrade swords on their own and even do the Easter egg on their own. So it benefits from doing that. And I did that, and it's a like that was such a gratifying experience finding out each individual sword. And like every single time I build a sword now, I'm just like, haha, I did that. That was me. I knew how to do that. So I do think that it allows for that sense of discovery, which is something that we've kind of lost in zombies as we've gotten to these more complex maps. That's like things like figuring out new things that the hacker can do, or figuring out what Leroy can do on Buried. Like that sense of discovery in the more randomized maps is something does this code change? It does. I never knew that. I don't think I've ever failed that. 381. Yeah, it's something that we've lost in modern zombies as we've kind of gotten to the more scripted Blundell style maps. So I do think that Citadel is a great middle ground, and I think that's a great direction to move into. Yeah, no, I completely agree with Donuts. I think Citadel is yeah, I don't want to call out maps individually, but I do think that I think it is better than, yeah, I agree. It's better than some Black Ops 3 maps. Black Ops 4 is tough because I think Classified is a great map, but it's not on par with every other Black Ops 4 map. So I think that's an easy win to be better than at least one Black Ops 4 map. But yes, I do think that they are reaching that tier again. Absolutely. Let's see. There's an MP5 wall buy in here, right? If my memory serves, yeah. Treyarch, oh yeah, they didn't. You were talking about wanting to PhD flop off the spires. I mean, you can at round 25. You just have to get there. But you can jump off what? What's the highest point in the map? You can jump off like the battlements out to the Speed Cola area. That's kind of what you want, right? Almost? Nah, not really. That was insane, but I can unlock the electric thing now. Yeah, I gotta pay a bit more attention. There is recency bias, and that is fair because I feel like I have kind of cooled on Terminus specifically. I did have a lot of love for Terminus at launch. Did I say recency bias? I might have misspoke. But yes, I agree. That is the correct term. Yeah, so Terminus I have cooled on a bit. I feel like there's a lot of wasted space. I feel like I never go to the islands because there's no perk machines on the islands. There's a tier 3 armor buy, but you can just buy that in the biolab instead. Like I feel like it just feels kind of superfluous. So until the Wonder Fizz spawns on the boat. So what I'm trying to say is I do think that recency bias does exist because I've seen it myself in the Terminus rankings in my own eyes. But yeah, I'll have to play Citadel a lot more before I truly give it a ranking, like you said. But I do think that they have the formula down. I think that a 4 Wonder Weapon map is always great, and they definitely did it. Ooh, let me get my points up here. Get my money up. I don't have Jug powered though, so that's going to be difficult. Yeah, I'm optimistic Citadel can stay at least like an A ranking, if I was to say. I'm optimistic it can stay there at the end of the day. Um, Interesting. So you sorry, who's that? Kieran, yeah, saying that the boats kind of break the flow. Yeah, that's an interesting point. I wonder the thing for me is I never loved teleporters. So like on something like Voyage of Despair, like even though it is a long run to get end to end on the boat, I prefer like that tangible feeling of like actually walking to a space. Like teleporters, something like Forsaken, I feel like is the best example of the way to do it wrong, where the map doesn't feel like a cohesive space. It feels very disconnected. So I feel like that's kind of where teleporters lead in my eyes. That's the risk of doing it wrong. So I don't love the idea of teleporters. I do like something more like Call of the Dead, where even though you're still moving around the map pretty fast, you're able to like physically see yourself traversing the space. I prefer that for map traversal, so I don't know if I'd say that the boats should be removed. But yeah, donuts. Yeah, it's a good point. I have to think about that. That like, it's not so much wasted space as it's you can choose to do that. It's I guess it also would be annoying if like the only armor was out there, so you had to go there, and then you would feel like, oh, I just have to do this tedious thing just for a basic part of the gameplay loop. So it's yeah, no, that's a great point. That like there's definitely pros and cons to both approaches. Ah, okay. Yes. Okay. Okay. I'm totally turned around 100% because of what you just said there, because that is something in that exact verbiage, Donuts. I've been saying that for years. Um, like you can't have transit without the fog. Like a transit, if someone tried to make like in this style, like a Mob of the Dead style custom map in BO3, they tried to make a transit remake but didn't include the fog. Like you're not making transit at that point. Like that was, even though that was frustrating sometimes, like that's a very intentional part of the game design. So yeah, no, 100% I agree there that like, and that's, I did think Terminus was going to be that for me. I thought like it was going to be, do I just need, yeah, okay, okay. Oh, I didn't get shield again. I'll do it at the end of this round. Yeah, no, that was my argument before Terminus came out, was that like just reading the blog posts, it sounded like it was going to be exactly what I wanted out of transit, like a transit executed exactly right, where there was those zones of safety, and then there was this part of the map that was less dangerous, but there was a risk reward there. I think for me, it just comes down to the fact that there wasn't enough of a reward until maybe Wonder Fizz, or if you're doing an Easter egg run. But because I'm not doing an Easter egg run every game, I feel like most of the time for me, my impression of the islands is just that sometimes I get an annoying SAM trial there and I just ignore it because I don't want to deal with it. But it is a step in the right direction, where you have this thing that is kind of outside of the main gameplay loop that you can choose to engage with if you want something improved. Yeah, no, it is a right way to go. Yeah, interesting. So for me, I guess this is just kind of personal preference. I usually train at Juggernog, at the mess hall area ish, or on the cannon area. So for me, like I do think if one of the best training spots was there, that would also fix it for me. Yeah, no, you're right. There is value there. Absolutely. No, don't shut up. I completely agree. I think that's a very, you've convinced me in a lot of ways. I still think Terminus is an amazing map. I don't think it's absolutely perfect. I think a lot of people didn't think that at launch. I don't think I thought it was perfect, but I do think that I've been able to look at it with a more critical eye that maybe I should have waited to voice my thoughts on, because I do think that it's more nuanced than I was originally thinking. So hard not to talk there. Thank you. I appreciate that. You are a joy to talk to as well. Oh boy. Do you have any donuts? Do you have any spoilers for upcoming videos? Anything you want to quickly plug? Any exciting things you're working on? New spreadsheets that you got going? Where are the freaking shield pieces? This one's here. Oh, I was looking in the Blood of the Dead spots. I was looking for the shield piece in Blood of the Dead. Whoopsies. Oh, that's an interesting topic. I don't want to speak too much. I might get owned in 2 minutes, but I'll just say my thoughts. I think that I really hope they don't bring it back. They've been teasing double tap for a long time, and double tap 1.0 could work. Double tap 2.0 would do so many things wrong for the Black Ops 6 gameplay loop. So personally, my fingers are crossed that they don't bring it back. Yeah, I'm just gonna build it here. It's the wrong place to build it, but I just want my shield ASAP. Okay, what are we doing? We got a cryptic smiley face. Oh no. Okay, I'm excited to watch that once I finish off here. Yeah, Kieran, I'm 100% with you. I think that the big thing for me is I like readability. It's not necessarily simplicity, but I like, if you need to know how much damage your gun is doing, I think I'm just repeating my own words, but like you only have to look like at your gun. I completely agree that is a better experience than having to like look at your gun, then cross-reference with your perks, and then there's like, you have to look at the rarity and the pack-a-punch level and your perks. Like it's just so much going on that you start to lose track of what you are as a character. You start to lose track of like what your skills are, what your power is, what your power level is. So I do think that that's a big thing for me. And then of course, like as Mercu said, like just an easy 2 times damage, which is what I think that's what a pack-a-punch is worth. And to be able to do that for any perk level, even if it's the last perk you buy for like 8,000 or whatever, that's still way cheaper than 30,000 for your last pack level. So it would absolutely just ruin the carefully crafted damage curve that they've been building and they have built.
I'm not done with you.
Brony, thanks for stopping by. I'm glad I could be a voice in the background. And you know, the other thing is like, so I've been playing a bit of Jingle Hells. I guess did it come out today or yesterday? I feel like I played a couple games with it. And so in that mode, as far as I can tell, salvage basically doesn't drop, or drops like only from elites or something. Something's weird there. I don't fully understand it, but I know that I had like 300 salvage at like round 25, so I never upgraded my gun with salvage. And I think I was kind of like, I was never amazed with salvage, but I was kind of like getting used to it. But seeing how the game works without it, I realized that if like it could be so much better. I do think that Black Ops 6 would benefit from no salvage. The way that guns drop from zombies, so like I had a gray AEK that I spawned in with. At about round 5, I did a SAM trial and got like a present out of it, and a green SWAT or something dropped out of it. And like that was how I upgraded my gun. I got just a new gun. I feel like that adds so much variety. Like it kind of balances back out the loadout system where you just kind of run the same gun every game. It wouldn't work perfectly. Like you couldn't just make Jingle Hells the permanent Black Ops 6 how it functioned. But I think there is a world where Black Ops 6 can absolutely work with zero salvage. Because the kind of that way you cycle guns out just naturally by finding them in drops off the ground is so much more interesting to me than the way you kind of pick a gun at the start of the game and you're locked into it all game. So there's something there. There's an idea there. Again, it's not something they could just copy paste into the rest of the game, but you could kind of build around that. Yeah, no, you're right, Kieran. That it absolutely is a roguelike thing. I love roguelikes, and so that absolutely plays way more into that than regular zombies does. that is that probably is why I like it so much, and it is I didn't pick up the Hell's Redeemer yet, or the Retriever, so I'm gonna die here. Oh boy.
Maybe I should have toyed with you a little
Oh
longer.
boy. Perfect. But yes, yeah, I think that's compelling for me specifically. Damage curve donuts. Okay, I just saw that. Okay, I'm glad to hear I'm gonna like the video because it sounds it sounds like we're on somewhat of the same page. I am very excited to load that up right after I finish this. Sorry, just catching up now. But yeah, Mercu, Double Tap 2.0 was absolutely like a kind of a band-aid solution. Like Double Tap was the worst perk in Black Ops 1, so they were like trying to find a way to make it somewhat competitive, and they ended up going way too far in the other direction. And I'm glad they didn't stick with that. But I do think they're dialing it in, and so yeah. And Dork, okay, I just saw your I read Double Tap to 3.0 earlier in the chat, but I didn't see what it was. I just caught up to it now. Yes, I think that's a very interesting idea. I do think that armor is a system that they can absolutely toy around with. That doesn't have to be something that's set in stone. So a Double Tap that interacts with armor in interesting ways is a very good idea. I really like that. Okay, okay. We can pack a punch now, I believe. So let's do that and get this Easter egg rolling. Dante, you've been playing this Mob of the Dead remake? Yeah, this is my second or third time playing it. I'm just getting through it now. I mean, right now, so far, it's Mob of the Dead. I know there's a couple side Easter eggs they've added. But for the most part, it's the classic experience, just visually gorgeous. And yeah, I think I didn't get the thing out of the warden's office. Silly guy. But yeah, for me, I have had, except for that one door pileup issue, I think this is a fantastic little way to play Mob of the Dead in Black Ops 3. And yes, Parker, it is not Blood of the Dead. We are playing a inferior version of Alcatraz. Absolutely. Okay, let's get these. Let's get out of here. Oh boy. Oh yes, yeah. Dork, I totally agree. They've struggled with the ray gun in the past couple years. I mean, yeah, it's just been a long story. I think that I wish it just felt better to use. Like they keep adding this like after fire delay, which it makes sense. You can't just spam it completely like without worrying about it, but it never feels as good as it did back in the day. Oh. Uh-oh. Do I not have a piece? I do have all the pieces, right? Okay. Oh, yeah. Don't have to pay $70 to play Mob. You know what? They are adding all of the old Call of Duties to the PC Xbox store. And so a lot of people are taking that as a sign that they're going to be added to Game Pass very shortly. So you might only have to pay like $15 to play Mob very soon. Okay. Oh, you have to stand right behind it. Okay, okay. That's no problem. I have all the points I need. Yeah, I'm not going to stay there for the Hell's Redeemer upgrade. So yeah, I think I'm good to go.
Start it up! Start it up!
Obviously, we have to throw the Retriever off the back. Just want to make sure I don't kill the zombies. There we go. All right, is this back? Yeah, of course they had to bring the Retriever back. Oh, but I can't turn around. Oh, there we go. Amazing. Obviously, we're going to pack a punch this, and then we're also going to go back and get all the skulls for Blundergat soon. I don't know if anyone saw what I just did. I am so used to Black Ops 6 pack-a-punching that I put the gun in the machine and just ran straight away because I just assumed I had the upgraded version. That could have been a disaster. Yeah, no, yeah. The Vanguard ray gun was an absolute tragedy, and it wasn't even in the game at launch. And they made a whole thing of bringing it back, and it was bad once they did. It was, yeah, that's unfortunate. I saw Mercu said something about some of the lighting was a bit off. I haven't noticed that, but that's probably just because I've obviously played Mob of the Dead 100 times, so I know where all the important things are, so I'm not really like having my eye guided. I'm gonna run around the map and put a bit more thought into thinking about that. Okay. There we go. No one escapes alive. Where are we? Here we are. What do I want to do? Okay, let's just do a full run and get all the skulls. If I remember, you know what? I wonder if one of the skips I know is in this version or not, because it seems like they've kind of patched some of the weirdo collision issues. So this is a way to get the roof one if you do it right. Okay, so that's still in. I am a speedrunner. I know the strats. Oh, I'm a genius. Okay. Where else do we need to be? I've forgotten all my locations. Warden's office, obviously. Oh, two at the docks. Gotcha. Yeah. Check specifically in the room with the dog head and the plane partner. Okay, so upstairs. I'll check that when I go up there next. Yeah, I haven't had any collision issues myself yet, Brony. But I have seen zombies get stuck on doors in weird ways, so I absolutely believe there are a couple little kinks. But I mean, Cop for That has been working on this for who knows how long. So I imagine he's probably gonna take a vacation after launch, but he's probably committed to fixing a couple weird bugs. So I think this is gonna be a fantastic experience. Yes, Parker, absolutely that too. I haven't touched the gums yet. I didn't even set my pack. I don't know. Can you check what you have as your... Yeah, you can. I have like something from a competition I was doing like years ago set up. So I probably won't hit the gum machine, but it is an option. It's in the game. Yep, it is. And it's also like launch gobblegums. So it's 500 points no matter what. You don't get a free one every round, which I think that was the superior way to do gobblegums. They have to have at least some cost. So if they had to be in the map, then it's the right way to do it. This map is utterly gorgeous. Yeah, it is. I mean, the thing is, like, I had this with Die Rise too, where like in my mind, these maps like looked like this on launch. Like in BO2, in my mind, this is how Mob of the Dead looked. But I know if I loaded up BO2 right now, I might do that at like the very end of the stream, just like load up Plutonium and take a look at the original Mob. But like, your mind fills in so many gaps. But like, this is like such a remaster that like, if you go back and look, this is way more visually gorgeous than even that was. Okay. And Dante, yeah, I agree. I think that there's a couple side eggs too. I think that as much as I don't like changing the game design of an existing map because things were designed for a reason in specific ways, I do think that if you're making a custom map, it's the right instinct to try and like explore new experiences. So I do think that idea of like, what if Mob of the Dead was in Black Ops 3 actually, not just like the engine, but also the mechanics. I do think that's an interesting avenue to explore. Okay. So let me think. I guess we can run to... What round is it that you can start doing the Hell's Redeemer upgrade? And what are the steps for that, actually? I don't... Because I know you have to kill zombies on the bridge, but I think there's something before that, isn't there? Either way, I will do that. And yes, Dante, I did see the Magmagat upgrade that they added, and I will try and do that this game. You do have to go to the Pack-a-Punch area 3 times to do it. So I will have to do that a bit later. But yes, there is an upgrade for the Magmagat, and I will try and run that this game. So yeah, Parker. So there is a Samantha doll on this map, and there is, let me think, there is a way to get stamina up, which is, I think, the more controversial one in my eyes. Because even though it is annoying running around the map and not having the speed you want, I do think that's part of the experience of Mob, that like every movement is intentional. So I do, but there is a way to get stamina up. Yes, that is one of the side eggs. And another one is to get the Magmagat. And I don't know, there might be a third, but I'm not sure. Let me think. Is there I think there's one more, but I'm forgetting it now. Let me actually run with this out just in case I get in big trouble. Yeah, let's just run around and get the all the parts. Okay, so I have to get 50 kills on this island first. Ooh, okay, good to know. Good to know. Let's try that. Let's get that started. Ooh, the electric cherry is not as powerful on this as as it was in BO2. I should get out of this tight area. Oh boy. Okay, we're good. We're good. Sorry, I'm just trying to, I'm completely mind flooded trying to catch up on chat. That's my bad. Yeah, no, I don't think it's the end of the world. Oh, I don't have a shield. I don't have a shield. It's not the end of the world to have stamina up on Mob, but I do think it's a downgrade because the map was designed for you to, like I said, like you have to think about what you're doing. And if you want to go down to the docks, like you have the gondola to get back up. It's not it's not like they didn't think about that. It's that there's a specific way of doing things. Ace, also, sorry, I don't think I've said hi, but thank you. Hello, hello, hello. Okay. Gotcha. Yes. Okay. And it's round 11, so I can start getting the kills on the bridge. There's enough zombies that'll spawn to do it, so I will run and do that now. So Mercu, oh, sorry. So just to clarify, you think we're only going to get one more perk in all of Black Ops 6? I feel like that would be surprising to me. I think that they're probably not with every map, but I would imagine we're going to get just because there's things like that would be an easy win, like well, now I'm blanking, but I thought I would have expected there would be more than just one more. But maybe not. I guess with things like augments, like they have to put a lot more game design work into every single thing they add. So maybe it's just like it's hard to come up with enough things to make it work. It's possible. Oh, because the model had. Yeah. Yeah, I don't put all my stock in that, but the fact that they used the same model just replacing one slot, it definitely does make it possible. But yeah, like Parker said, yeah, it's not difficult at all for them to just add. Which, oh, did I not? No, I got the one upstairs. Which one did I not get? There isn't a... Oh, showers. Gotcha. Yeah, I feel like changing the texture is pretty easy, especially now with the power of AI. They can just say, add a couple more slots on this bad boy. Everyone loves that, right? AI art, everyone's a fan. Yeah, Parker, I'm curious if they're going to add Mule Kick, if only for the fact that we're going to run back down to the docks. I forgot to get shield again. I'm curious if they're going to add Mule Kick because technically with weapons being like a specific class now, you now do always have 3 weapons. So to add it to 4, I wonder if they're worried about like overcomplicating things. If they're wondering, like, because I bet in their minds, like, and it's fair of them to say, they probably think the average Call of Duty player is kind of dumb. So, like, is that too much going on to remember 4 different things? I mean, it's not, of course. Like, I'm kind of being facetious, but at the same time, like, in a game design sense, that there is a certain level of mental overload that you do want to avoid. So... yeah, the Wonder Fist just grows a hand just for the sake of messing up the fingers. Like, AI can't not have bad fingers, so it spawns a hand just so it can do it. Yeah, absolutely. Oh, yeah, I've been running Lightmend. Yeah, Parker, 100% agree. I think Lightmend is maybe my favorite ammo mod to run. I really like something that's more defensive and resource driven. I think it's a super cool thing. I've run it for every boss fight run on Citadel. Yeah, I think it's a great addition, and a lot of the augments are cool. So yes, they are not just bringing stuff back from the past. They still do have very good ideas. Okay. Next up has a Silver Protector clone. Yeah, yeah. They have to get it in there. They have to get horrible AI in there, and it's a fun pun because the Silver Protector is artificial intelligence, and they get to use generative AI, so it's a win for everybody. Everyone's happy. Okay. So we finish this round and then only use the... Oh, did I not fully install? Whoopsies, my bad. Yeah, absolutely. Doppelgasts are so much more fun to fight than Manglers ever were. So I'm so glad. I think it's a great special enemy. They're not easy. They're not better because they're easier to deal with, but they just are. They're genuinely more fun to interact with. Zipping around the map and having to constantly readjust your aim. It's more engaging gameplay than just being a bullet sponge into the helmet for a while. Yeah, Dante, it depends on your playstyle whether Lightmend is good, but I would say I've been using it a ton. As long as you're not running around like the entire map, it's definitely... I've never seen that animation of the plane flying down on regular mob. That's probably in there, I just never have seen it. Yeah, no, Lightmend is a lot of fun as long as you're staying in a singular area like you are for the boss fight, the way you're locked down like that. Having all those glyphs around you to just heal you whenever you might need them is super great. I have the augment on it. I don't know if it's a major or minor, but it makes it so that your healing is even faster right after you get an glyph pickup. And I run quick revive for the same reason, because I think the health regen timer is so slow in Black Ops 6, so that's been a game changer for me to make it even faster.
Here comes that massive son of a bitch again.
But yes, yeah. No, it's a lot of fun. Yes, yeah, Ace of Spades, I agree. I think that, and that's why I agreed with Dork's suggestion of making a perk like Double Tap 3.0 that deals with armor, because I understand why it's in the gameplay loop, but I think that it's not something that is perfect in its current state. They definitely can toy around with it. So I do hope that they start building a couple systems that do deal with that a bit better.
What is he, like the fucking boss?
Oh, I thought I heard the cue, but that was just Brutus losing his helmet. Oh boy. Yeah, Dork, you're right. Yeah, they are a very Resident Evil enemy. I hadn't thought about that, but yeah, no, I think they're interesting. I think that the like the death explosion they have, or the needles that they have, I guess they can do it when they're alive too. It's an interesting thing where it slows you down, but it doesn't do too much damage, so it doesn't feel like super punishing, but it does definitely change how you play. So I do think that yeah, no, they're a fantastically designed enemy. Did I do it? I didn't hear the cue. I guess your guys' volume is lower than mine, but I assume I killed every zombie that round with it, but I didn't hear the cue. Oh, the cue happens after a full round. Okay, okay. I will head back.
Here comes that massive son of a bitch again.
What did I get? Thunderwall. Maybe the worst. Maybe the worst. I didn't start the round on the bridge. Nope. I flew over. Okay. We'll do it again. We go again.
That's one way to do it. I can think of plenty more.
So is the rule that you have to kill every single zombie with the Hell's Redeemer? Like, did I just fail because of that? Which would be fine, I understand, but I'm just curious to know if I should bother still using it this round. Okay, using only the Hell's Retriever. Got it, got it, got it. Will do. Yeah, yeah, that's fine. I'm totally fine with that. I understand. Okay. Oh no! It's fine. We're fine. I like how many... Yeah, so the spawn rate nerf, I hesitate to say it because I remember how annoying manglers were, but I almost do feel like in the like 15 to 25 rounds, I feel like there could be more manglers. Like I wouldn't be opposed to a couple more. I think in the higher rounds it absolutely got ridiculous, but I think the spawn rate nerf was a good thing overall, but I think they could have gone a bit easier at the end of the day. Played 11 games straight experimenting. Okay. Yeah, that's another thing. Those early guides, like Black Ops 2 was kind of the start of people like actually committing to making guides. So there were a lot of things like back in the day, like Black Ops 1, things were like only on the like obscure forums and stuff. So like there was a lot of misinformation. So thank you for setting the record straight. Okay. And yes, yeah, the reason that there wasn't such a guide culture in Black Ops 1 was because there wasn't as much stuff that needed guides. But once we started getting into Black Ops 2 and people were still going into it with that Black Ops 1 mindset, it caused it really, people needed to change how they dealt with things. Yes, yeah, people are talking about the Mercu and Dante talking about the vermin spawn rate. 100%. It was like an insane difficulty bump. Like vermin rounds pre-patch were just like straight up a waste of time. Because you basically couldn't fail because you got like what, 2 vermin at a time. Now, like, yeah, like Ace of Spades Speds, yeah, they're actually like worth doing now. They're actually kind of fun. And that's literally just spawning them faster. Like that's a simple change can actually make like they did it explicitly for the reason just to speed games up, but it also made like more engaging gameplay, not just less gameplay, but it actually made it good. So okay, I heard it that time. That sounds good. We pack-a-punched everything we need. Cannot double pack-a-punch the sweeper. That's fine. Okay.
Right now.
Dork, that is a blast from the past. Spider bite. I don't remember that specific video, but I remember the vibe. I've watched a ton of, of Spider Bite back in the day. Yes, yeah, there was a whole Black Ops 1 culture was so different than everything that came after. Once people realized that there were Easter eggs but didn't know quite how they worked yet, it was absolutely fascinating. Okay. Ace of Spades, can I get a Hell's Redeemer check quickly? What is the next step? Because I'm getting confused between Blood of the Dead and Mob of the Dead. It's not that I don't know fully, but it's also that I have like I forget which map I'm playing sometimes. When I was looking for the shield, I was only looking at all the Blood of the Dead spots, so I'm a little out of sorts. Throw it into the pit under the stairs. Yes, yes, yes. Okay. Yeah, no, that's yeah. Dork, that I feel the same way. Like I know that, for example, like Moon is not the best map of all time. I know it's nostalgia, but like I'll still say that like sometimes just that or Call of the Dead just because like I think I did it. Guess I'll find out if it comes back. It did come back. Okay. I'll try it from up top next. Yeah, it's like that was just my childhood. That's like when I discovered my love for zombies, but not just that, like almost my love for games in a lot of ways. Like that is so tied with my whole experience growing up that like I just want that forever, even though that's not really what I want. Like maps were a bit jankier, they had issues, but like I'm so attached to that whole era. Can I get parts now? No, I can't. I need to go one more round. We can almost do the Easter egg. I got the ultimate guide in chat. Yes. I will go give your video a view after the stream. Don't worry. But just to thank you for the help. But I will I do appreciate it now as well. Okay, wait, we're waiting. I think we got it this time. Yes, we did. Perfect. Ascension is your favorite map of all time. Interesting. So yeah, Ascension for me, I was never in love with Ascension. I was playing 5 or not 5. No, I wasn't playing 5 either. 5 I don't get the love for either. I know a lot of people do have that love, but it's just not for me as much. I was playing Kino while Ascension was out, and then after Ascension came out, or after Call of the Dead came out, I just skipped basically straight to that. I do see a lot of its value, and I see a lot of the building blocks it placed, and I would never begrudge someone who says it's their favorite map. But yeah, for me, I don't know why I never got pulled in by it. But I absolutely see that a lot of the cool stuff it had, like it basically, people invented training on that map. Like training was possible on Kino stage and stuff, but that people weren't really doing it as widespread until Ascension came out. Like that completely changed the game of how zombies was played. Like that's such an important part of zombies history. So yeah, it is a very cool map. Just oh, I have to do Afterlife. Just don't ask what training was called back in Ascension. That's the only thing. We don't talk about what the name of it was. Oh, Taito, yeah, sorry for the miscommunication. But I think now, can I teleport Brutus away? I can, okay. I think now is a good time. So I have the poll running in chat about, do you think Mob is a top 3 map of all time? I would love to get your guys' thoughts on it. So vote in the poll if you haven't yet. But I guess it's been long enough that I'm going to start saying what I think. So for me, that's fine. We live. I kind of said it a bit earlier, but Mob for me, if I'm just looking at it as a map, as like purely game design, which is how I usually look at things, I'm very I guess I have no jugs or electric cherry. I should be really careful. Yeah, I'm not a huge story guy most of the time. Like I've watched the Aether recap, the 6-hour video. I know the story, but it's just not what's super compelling to zombies about me. So I've never been a huge story guy, and so looking at Mob with that lens, it's okay, but it is not a fantastically designed map. It has some issues. The linear, not linear like in the way you can execute it. Like there are different branching paths, but how linear it is like end to end, like there's a long distance between. That's a nuke. That's perfect. That's what we love to see. Like the way the docks are so far from the roof and it's not as interconnected as it could be. Like there are problems with traversal in that way. So like I have problems with it. But I think what elevates Mob to still be, if not top 3, I might put it top 10-ish. I think it's purely the story that they've never captured that magic again for me, except maybe in Origins with the way the quest was prioritized. The way the story informs the gameplay informs the story, the atmosphere informs both the story and the gameplay. Like everything is so tight knit and interconnected. You can really tell. I don't know why I went southern there. You can really tell that this was the first map made by the campaign team, because it is so story focused in a way that no other map had been until this point. And I think they went too far in that direction in the future. Yeah, as Dante, as you said, the way that maps started being like story first, gameplay second, I think this map perfectly balances the story and the gameplay in a way they haven't done since. Have I killed myself? But yeah, I think this first attempt by the campaign team, like they absolutely nailed it out of the park. Like everything is perfectly balanced. So I think that maybe it's not a top 3 map, but it might be the best like singular experience in zombies. And that's kind of an arbitrary distinction, but like if you go into it knowing that you're supposed to be paying attention to the story and you go into it like with the goal of doing the Easter egg, I think that elevates it to like a piece of art in my mind that has not been, I don't know if it hasn't been reached in zombies after, but I think I could make that argument to myself. And yes, yeah, Dork, you're totally right. It's not like an evolving story in the way that like some of the Black Ops 4 maps do a lot better. Like things don't change, or even like think of Shadows of Evil. Like things about your situation change in that map. Like you are first being helped by the Shadow Man, and then later it's revealed the Shadow Man's working against you and your goals change. Like the story evolves as you're playing. Mob of the Dead doesn't do that so much, but the story that it tells and the way it reveals it elevates it beyond something like that for me. Yeah, it's something that I talk about in pretty much every video I do, but I feel like it's annoying at this point. But yeah, the way that the zombies game loop is a cycle. You know, you try a game, you die, you try a game, you do a bit better, but you still eventually die. There's no way to just not die. And the way that this, and to a lesser extent Revelations, take advantage of that to incorporate that into the theming of the story, the futility of the characters, like that's the part of the story I'm interested in. The part of the story that's informed by the gameplay. I think that is so interesting. And yes, Mercu, I totally agree that it was possible. Where's this stupid spoon? There we go. It was possible because at the time, Mob was not connected to the canon at all. With Blood of the Dead, obviously, like, you know, it's a pocket dimension with the Shadow Man, and the Warden is this satanic guy, and
like it connected to the Aether story in a way that I felt was a little clumsy and devalued the story. I think it was way more compelling when it was its own little thing. But yeah, it was possible because of that status it held as a singular thing in its own little universe. Taito, I don't know if I'd agree that it ruined it. Like, that feels harsh just for me personally, because I think that like it's still a fun map to play, but it absolutely is not as magical as it was as this like perfect little isolated experience that was just telling its singular themes so perfectly. Yes, Dante, I did mention this in my mob video. I know that for a fact. Silent Hill 2 is like probably my favorite game of all time, unless I was going to pick Metal Gear Solid 2. One of those twos is my favorite game of all time, and this absolutely has Silent Hill vibes. The kind of purgatory, being punished for your sins. So that might be another reason why I love the story so much. But yes, it absolutely has those vibes for me as well. And Ace, no, I have not read the comics. I really want to. I would love to get a physical copy if they weren't actually like $400, but I will eventually read them online at some point. I do think there is value there. Have you read them? What do you think? Because I don't think I'm like offended by their existence, even though I know they connect everything and they're kind of like, they kind of go in the end game direction of like, everyone is here, everyone's back. I think that could be okay as a cool lead into Black Ops 4. So I do want to give them a try at some point. But yeah, let me know what your thoughts are for sure. Silent Hill 2 doesn't have James skateboards. So true. Oh, the skateboarding around Big Shell was so good. That's okay. Mercu, I love you. I love you for that one. Sorry, let me just grab a quick drink. I am dying here. Okay, I'm back. Yes, okay, so Ace, you like them a lot. Yes. No, I do think that, like, as much as I'm going to agree with Dork's point here that at the end of Aether, the interconnectedness of everything kind of hurt it. I do think that there is room for that kind of story, and so exploring that in the comics, really seeing like all the different Richtophens doing all kinds of crazy things, going to Broken Earth, sending Victus to Broken Earth and all that, like, I do think I can enjoy that kind of story too. But I do think in the end of the day, I agree with Dork that Aether can be its own thing, but I would absolutely find it more interesting if they kind of didn't worry so much about this canon. Like, I think that hurts things. Like, I know it's community building, like things like Five Nights at Freddy's are so popular because communities have this insane lore they can wrap everything into. But I do think that I wish that the developers, people like Craig Houston, his team of writers, were able to kind of just explore individual stories without always having to tie it into all the campaigns and everything. Like, I wish they had a bit more creative freedom to tell the exact story they want instead of having to force it into a random thing that is not necessarily like. MWZ is very tonally inconsistent with something like Citadel de Moore, and that is part of the magic of Call of Duty Zombies, that they intertwine all these different themes. But also, they've had that chance, they've done that experience, and I would also like to see what they could do just completely untethered, just purely multiverse, like disconnected stories. Yes, yeah, Mercu, I agree there as well, that I was worried they were gonna, like, with Weaver coming back and everything, I always thought that was super weird, but I do think that they're going in a good direction where, I mean, there is still the danger of leaning too heavily on like Black Ops 4 stuff. Like, I don't want them to bring everything back. I want them to go in new directions all the time. But I feel like they're going far enough in that direction that it is still interesting to me.
Fuck me, here they come again.
That like they're just bringing these little touches back to kind of I don't want turned. Come on, man. I do think there's still meat on that bone, on the Chaos bone and the Vanguard bone. So I'm not too mad about that. Yeah. What we got here? Deadwire. That's the one everyone likes. Okay, so we've done this. We just got to go back and we can start doing the Magma Gat upgrade, which I will do as soon as these chairs spawn in. Yes, Mercury. Yeah, Ace of Spades said it, but yeah, you're right. Croft was the radio guy in Vanguard, which is, yeah. I mean, that was always the same canon. Like, they were always going to connect it, but it's good to see that they committed to that and didn't just, like, give up when they saw the negative backlash to Vanguard. I'm glad they stuck to their guns there. I don't know. Yeah, Dante, I don't know if they're going to tell us what happened to specific characters. I'm not sure. I really don't know. Because the other thing is, I don't know if we're in, like, are we literally in the Chaos universe, or are we just in a different timeline, like a different multiverse branch of that timeline that happens to have another character named Alistair Rhodes, right? Like, oh, is it just interact? It is just interact. Okay. We can probably get this done, right? You guys trust me. Yeah, I don't think it's going to be like a sequel to Black Ops 4. I think it's going to be, they're going to use the Sentinel artifact for something. And that's going to be, it's just going to kind of be related to those same themes as opposed to the same characters. If Scar, okay, I don't think I can read that comment out, Dork. I think that's threatening violence, but I mean, I'd be interested to see what they do. I mean, yeah, because I want them to, yeah, I don't, it's so complicated for me because I love the Chaos storyline. I wish it was continued, but I don't know if I want it continued now. Like, I want them to do something new because it's not all the same writing team. Like, it's not going to be the true continuation. So yeah, I don't know how I feel about it. I guess I'll have to see how they do it. That's annoying. I hope I keep my temper there. I did not keep my temper. That's annoying. Okay. Let me buy all of my perks again. Or just die. Or just die. That's fine too. Okay. Let's get these guys out of here. I hope it places them all there. And then... Is this clean? This is not a super clean exit, but it's possible. Oh, I'm so good. Okay. Perk time. I mean, if they really wanted to, Scarlet wouldn't have to be dead because Croft wasn't dead, right? I mean, that's another thing about Citadel. They made a big deal in the marketing about how, like, he's the man who shouldn't be alive, right? Like, they made a big deal about how he had artificially extended his life somehow, but that didn't actually play into anything because he did just die, and there was no real reason for him to have to be alive except to have the character beat of telling us about Richtofen. Yeah, exactly. He just happened to be old. But they have opened the door to the idea that Prima Materia, or whatever it's going to be called in this universe, is able to extend life. So if they wanted to, they could have whatever they want. Went from conspiracy to post-apocalypse to yeah, no, it's true. We have seen a lot of different genres, even though it was a continued story. So it absolutely is possible for them to explore different spaces. It's not like it's impossible for sure. What the heck? Standing on my head. Yeah, that's the thing. Yeah, no, I totally agree with a couple things in chat. Yeah, like Croft could be alive. It would be more interesting if he couldn't. Like all the marketing kind of seemed to allude to the fact that he shouldn't be alive. He absolutely could have been, but it would have been more interesting if there was some mystery there of like, how is he alive? And it turns out he's just like, he just ate the right food. Like it's not a big deal. It's totally possible to do. Okay. Oh, I should have bought. Oh, I don't have ammo. Oh, everything is going wrong. Insta-kill is good, though.
Don't even think about it.
Maybe next will be zombies in space, in the land. Yeah, people are kind of hyping themselves up for a return to Infinite Warfare zombies as well, like tying some of those things in, just based on like, people are kind of like pulling random Kevin Drew tweets where he was not actually saying that. He was just saying like Infinite Warfare was kind of cool, a cool game. He wasn't saying he wants to do Mephistopheles again. I have ruined my life. I hate myself. Okay. Let me focus up here. Oh, that was not focusing up. That was not focusing up. What can I even do here? Can I get my Blundergat back? I still have it in my inventory. Okay. Okay. I know I have like a raindrops in here, but I'm not going to be able to hit it and get it. Oh boy. Okay. Okay. Oh no. All right, this is going to be interesting. No, I don't have... It killed my Blundergat. It stole it. It stole my Blundergat. I mean, I probably wouldn't have survived either way, but I did not lock in. I did not lock in. I did press Y there. I can confirm I pressed Y and it did not swap to a gun. So I guess going down mid-lockdown screwed me there. But if you're interested for trying this map for yourself, that's how you do the Magmagat quest. That was the second last step. So it's the same as Blood of the Dead. You put the thing in the fireplace there, and then once you get it back out, you can walk back down to, in this map, it's the docks, and there's going to be that machine. You just have to keep the fire alive on your gun while you take it down there. Okay. Let me just double check. Okay. So I'm looking at this poll. So a top 3 easy absolutely won. But we did get a couple. So personally, spoiler, I did vote for maybe closer to top 10. And then overrated, never played, got like what? What's that? 1 vote each? Couple of, oh no, we got 96 votes in there. Okay, so that is like, yeah. Okay, so we got a couple people saying it's overrated, but not a super ton. I think that's fair. I do think it's a good map. I think Mob of the Dead is a good map. Let's lock that in. Okay. Okay, I will play one more quick game. You know what? The Easter egg on this map is super easy. Yeah. You know what? What do I have? An hour, 20 minutes? I can absolutely, yeah. If I don't do that, because that's probably the hardest thing in the game. The Easter egg itself is not difficult at all. Let me lock in and do the Easter egg. And then we'll finish with that. And that way, oh, Ace, yeah. You know what? Sure, go for it. Let me do it. Hop in. Go for it. If anyone else wants to hop in, I don't know if anyone runs PC zombies, but I know I didn't for the longest time, but I'm down to pull a couple people in here. Absolutely. And I guess I won't have to worry about the Easter egg not being co-op. That is something I was concerned about, but now we'll have someone to kill. Oh, Skyline. Skyline is in. Okay. Oh, Mercu. Oh no. That's you know what? It's not as bad as recent CODs, but it is like over 100 gigs if you have a couple custom maps. So it does make sense. This was a target for deletion. Yes, I will. Okay, let me think. How are we gonna do this? How are let me? I don't have the Steam app open. Okay, give me a second. Let me pull up a little bit of music. Yeah, do that. Do that. Reach out to me on. Sorry, I think I cut myself off with the transition, but yes, do it on Discord. Yes, that's a great idea. I'm not on T7 patch, but I will load it up for this, and we can figure it out on the Discord to. Oh goodness. Okay, sorry. I'm just have to figure out what to do here. I will just put my Discord. Yeah, you know what? I don't care too much. I'll put my Discord in the chat. I don't have a server, but we can just do a regular thing. Dante, talk to you later. Thanks for chatting. Yes, this was fun. Thanks for stopping by. Okay. Where's my... yeah, so sorry. I will be on T7 patch, and I don't know if it matters which version, but I think I'm going to be on the 2.03 version. I can do 2.02 as well. I have them both installed. Just let me know what you guys need. Oh, because Discord got rid of names, so I think my username on Discord is just like it's just the name, because there's no numbers. Rather, Discord got rid of numbers. Add friend. Okay, I think I just sent you a friend request. Perfect. Okay, you guys are both on 2.03. Sorry, I was not prepared for this, but I'm happy to play a quick game. So let me quit and then load back up on T7 with 2.03. Oh, I have to come up with a password and everything. Okay, sorry. Let me get this sorted. I just got the next friend request. Okay. And then I'll start a group chat with people. Add people on Steam. What can we talk about in the meantime? I guess we literally haven't talked about Stadel des Morts yet. I think one thing I really wanted to say actually is the boss fight is maybe, I think it's my favorite Cold War era boss fight 100%, maybe my favorite boss fight ever. I absolutely love how it makes it, I feel like I haven't discovered any real cheese. Like the power drill got patched out. So I feel like you really have to use like all the different systems. Okay, Ace, I just sent you a Steam request. And Skylined, I am sending you my Steam ID on Discord. Yeah, no, I think like I used a mangler injection, I used my ether shroud, I used my light mend. Like I feel like I was using every single thing at my disposal to just barely beat the boss. I was using the sword to parry things. Like, yeah, I feel like it was a masterclass in like using it took advantage of everything the game had to offer. The game has so many things to offer, and it took advantage of all of them. And I think that it really shows the potential of Black Ops 6 as a framework. How do I start a group DM on freaking Discord? Why have I never? Okay, create a DM. Adding you. Okay. Yeah, Skyland, I absolutely agree. Okay. No, 7. Okay. This is running, and now I can do this. Yes, Taito, that's exactly it. Like I went in like I felt like I went in as prepared as I possibly could be. I went in before the zombie health or the damage started scaling on round 30. I ran in with full field upgrade. I went in with my favorite kill streak. Like I feel like everything was as good as it could be. And even still, I was like just barely beat it at the end of the day. And I think that's great. Like it would be frustrating to fail it at that point, but I think that the experience I did have, which is that I didn't fail, I beat it, it felt so rewarding. Yeah, I think Patient 13, the thing with Patient 13 for me is, oh. Okay, how's this? Am I yelling? I think I fixed it. I don't know if anyone knows this, but the way Black Ops 6 does voice chat is you can set your voice volume in game, but what that actually does is it grabs the Windows process that controls your microphone and changes the volume of that. So it basically grabbed my mic interface and just cranked the volume on it to 100 because that's what Black Ops 3 thinks I want when I'm changing my voice volume. Yeah, it's the stupidest implementation I've ever seen. Like, just change what you're intaking, not like my entire system volume. Okay. Let me see. I don't think I have Skylined on Steam yet. Then yes. So yeah, sorry. Before I ruined everyone's ears, I was talking about the Patient 13. For me, Patient 13, it is a great boss fight. The thing for me is after watching Stanley's video where he basically gave the tip of just let the boss kill the zombies, I felt like it kind of trivialized it. I kind of feel like I'm cheating when I beat the boss now because I don't feel like I'm engaging with the full spectrum of difficulty because I'm allowing the boss to kind of handle half the thing for me. And I guess that is part of the intended experience, but at the same time, it kind of feels almost cheapened in a way that like one tip that I saw on YouTube could make the boss that much easier. I did get your invite. Yes, I accepted it now. So yeah, it's an interesting thing for me where because I got better at the boss fight, I almost feel like it's worse. Not worse, but just like, yeah, I don't know. Yes, no, it's not like it doesn't completely. You can still fail it. Absolutely, Merku, you're right. Yeah, it's not just Helion Salvo insta win for sure. Okay, I think I have you on Steam, but I don't see you yet. So let me. I know you're in game. I might have to restart. Oh no, here you are. Invite to game. Patient 13 never felt threatening. It's just a wall that moves. Yeah, that's another thing to consider. Yeah, the way the Guardian actually moves around the space and cuts off parts of the space with lava, like with his projectile and his foot stomp, it does make the arena feel more dynamic than just hiding behind boxes, popping out, taking a couple shots. That is true. That is a fair point. That like, I do still think, like, I'm not saying Patient 13 is bad. I do think it's a great fight, but I think that Guardian is better. It's the one that for me is like top tier. It took me a couple tries to beat him. Then I beat him for the first time co-op, and then I beat him like twice solo. But I feel like each time I'm like just by the skin of my teeth. I'm not like breezing through it. Like something like DE, where once you know the trick, it's like pretty much impossible to fail. Like once you know that, oh, just bring in a fatal contraption, and then it's done. Like you can beat the Panzers as long as you know to avoid the wipe. Like it's super easy. So I do think that there's a level of, even when you know what to do, it's still difficulty. I'm not, oh, private game. Did it? Oh, I think it just got us in a game. Oh no, I thought I was trying to set us in a lobby. I'm so sorry. Get back to Black Ops 3. Okay, we're good. Whew, that was dangerous. All right. Yes, you can see how I do not play a ton of custom maps. ZM Prison. Okay, Gobblegums do matter, so I am going to set my Gobblegum pack. That is a good point. In plain sight, obviously. I have a new account, so I don't have anything, so we will do... We'll do nukes. We'll do fatal contraption to bring into the boss fight to kill you guys if I'm the weasel. We'll do we don't need to cycle rounds at all. Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna use most of these, so that's fine. Okay. Phoenix up is a good call. I love the thought. Yeah. Don't need stock option. Do I have a Phoenix up though, is the question. It's orange, right? Is Phoenix up not orange? Am I crazy? Phoenix up is purple. What? Okay. All right. I think, how do I saw Ace Spades type something in the chat, but I can't see it now. Can I bring the chat back up? No, it's gone for the ether. Okay. Okay. I think we're set. Yeah, let's run this Easter egg. Let's do it. I said hello, chat. Okay, there he is. He's back. I don't know if I've said this yet, but Ace of Spades, absolutely check out his channel. I think that he makes some of the, I would say probably the best formatted guides that I find on YouTube. Like I love your style is what I'm trying to say. I think that like I love the brevity of it. It feels like you only get the important stuff, but you do get all the important stuff you need. So yeah, check him out if you have not. Do we have? That's 1,000. Do we have key? We don't have key. Key is in the warden's office side. okay.
Anyone else remember planning this here?
We're gonna kill him. Oh, sorry. Excuse me.
Marks, they show where my guys.
I'm telling you, I'm bringing my death machine into this fight, and I am going to murder you. That is the plan.
Here's your shortcut to the afterlife.
Although I am on controller. You're probably on mouse and keyboard. That might be a debuff for me. Yes, so sorry. Yeah, Dork, I agree with your sentiment perfectly. I hadn't really put enough thought into it, but you're absolutely right that like Patient 13 feels kind of like a world event where you're dealing with this threat that just happens to exist in the world. Guardian is like singularly focused on you. It is like the threat is the Guardian coming to get you, and he really wants to come get you. And that's a really cool experience. Did you open? No, okay, I can open all this. Okay, so Mercu, yeah, you're gonna have to. I'm gonna have to trust you on that. I have not played an MMO. I played like a couple minutes of WoW Classic, but not enough to know what I'm talking about. But that intuitively that makes sense to me. Oh, the portrait changes when someone else is in Afterlife. When I'm in Afterlife, I can't see my own portrait, but ooh, oh no, we don't have key yet. That's why we can't. Okay, everyone looking bottom left. Oh, that's a monster. It's like a skull face. Yeah, that is weird. That's freaky. But yes, the portrait does change to show you're in Afterlife. Very cool. Sorry, yeah, Mercu. Yeah, I was just gonna say that intuitively that makes sense to me. That like, and I agree that like, yeah, Guardian feels like it, and it kind of makes sense for the map where it's all about chivalry and kind of a trial. Like the owl was testing his sons, and it truly does feel like a test. Like you do feel like you specifically as a person are being tested. So yeah, I do think that it kind of evokes that idea that this Guardian is a trial you have to overcome. I can do this one if you want. And yeah, it feels like this one-on-one combat. Obviously, there are zombies, but the idea is that you are fighting the Guardian to prove yourself. And that vibe does come across in the fact that the Guardian is so singularly focused on you. Is the shower open? I don't know. Do I have time? Yeah, I have time. Can anyone open the shower with the key? I might. I think I'm gonna die. Yeah, maybe just revive me. Maybe just revive me. Yeah, good call. Good call. You got it. You're in charge. That is true. Yeah, you need to introduce drops into the economy. But I never feel like maybe amalgams. Once the amalgam spawn, I might die to an amalgam, but I don't think I would ever die to a zombie in that fight. I think they're just kind of tiny little annoyances. So I don't think it disrupts the vibe of feeling like you are in combat with the Guardian. So yeah, and they are good. And especially with the light sword, I would never go in with not the light sword for the armor. I assume everyone knows about it by now, but if not, light sword is objectively the best sword because it's the only one that has the passive of restoring your armor on hit. So yeah, I would never do anything but that. Absolutely. Let's take a look at a new gun. Oh yeah, yeah, oh yeah.
That's one.
Yes, no, absolutely, you're right. Totally agree. Totally agree. And I do think, yeah, I think most of the boss fights are probably going to look like, I think they're going to kind of closely follow that formula because they kind of have to keep the economy going. So you're going to see like one big thing that has weak points and a bunch of zombie ads to kind of just fluff out. And I don't think that's a bad thing. I think as long as each boss feels mechanically unique, I do think that there can be a way to do that.
Here you can't always see.
I'm not too mad about it feeling a little homogenous. Ooh, I wanted to stay up and trigger the shower. Oh! Jeez. How much is this door? 1,500. I'm too poor. Okay, I can do everything out here. I haven't run a Mob of the Dead Easter egg in maybe like 3 years. This is I don't play a ton of co-op, but I remember why I do it. I do think Zombies is ultimately better co-op. It's just harder to organize. All right, trap him, trap him, trap him. Nah, we're just playing. Okay, sorry. 1 second. I will read that as soon as I don't die. Oh yeah. So Mercu, yeah, you said at the start of the stream you were still trying to discover everything yourself. So have you been playing a ton? You said you didn't have all the swords fully done yet. That is an interesting experience. Campaign, I won't spoil on for you as well. But I don't think Avalon is not like, there's one mission set in Avalon, but it doesn't feel super tied into anything. It doesn't feel like you have to know anything from the campaign to understand Avalon. I don't think there's anything for me to turn on here, unfortunately. Where am I? Oh, there I am. I'm never a fan of the super interconnectedness of like the campaign and the multiplayer and Warzone. Like, I feel like that, again, that's something that limits their creative potential. But it doesn't feel like it's encroaching on anything yet. It doesn't feel like it's ruined anything they wanted to do. It just feels like kind of a cool little reference. So I'm hoping they can keep that up where it doesn't feel like the campaign has to be in this modern military style. They can keep going to, you know, the... Oh, he locked Juggernog. It's open now, though. It doesn't... Like, they can still do things like Citadel de Mor where it's this crazy old school or medieval castle. It doesn't feel like it's limiting them, so I think that's good. And yes, yeah, Exception. I'm there with you. I think there's a couple ways, I don't know that one specifically, but there's a couple ways to cheese the Terminus boss fight that I feel like ultimately make it not like a perfect fight in my eyes, because it's not nice. I mean, it's unfortunate to have those little exploits, because I do want to play the game that the developers want me to play. Ron, welcome. Oh, are we ready? Okay. Yeah, welcome. Yes, yeah. This is a good one. And this custom map absolutely keeps pretty much everything intact from the original, so it's very faithful. There's a couple side eggs added, but as I mentioned earlier, like, I think that's something you should do if you're custom. Try and, like, if you're a custom map creator, rather, try and, like, explore, not without changing the map's identity, like, explore an alternate universe version of the map. So I do think it's a cool little thing. Acid Gat already, very nice. Oh, we don't have laundry yet, or Warden's office. Yeah, hope all's been well with you as well. And yeah, you did mention you were doing game dev, so That's super cool. I feel like yeah, that is an interesting story of people who like start out with Skyrim modding or things like that. Like the modding scene is absolutely a funnel to game development for a lot of people, and that's why like don't want to get that. Like it's so unfortunate that we'll just never have mods again in Call of Duty because like a lot of very talented people do a lot of very cool stuff in Black Ops 3 mods, but oh, that was on? I'm so stupid. I'm actually the dumbest guy of all time. But yeah, like Activision will never allow actual modding again, and it's I guess it just goes to show that they don't really. It's just another like notch on the not notch on the belt. That's the wrong term, but like another point of evidence that they don't care about the actual people who make the games. It's the whole AI debacle again. Like they don't really care about having that funnel because they want less actual humans working on their games. So why put anything into that? Obviously, that's not anything that like, that's not why they took away mods. Like there's obvious like more financial reasons, but that is, yes, it should be combined inventory, I believe. I think someone confirmed that. I think Dork, yeah, said that earlier in the chat as well. But yeah.
Hey, I found the sheets, guys.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, Dork, you're totally right. It is like, it literally is a pipeline directly, like they could see the straight line benefit. They don't value that as much. Did we get no, we haven't gotten the warden's office yet. I can run. Oh, you got it, or I got it, or someone's got it. Did we build shield yet in cafeteria? Oh, don't die typing. Got it. Perfect. Amazing.
Here's the engine, boys. Now what?
Ron, you remade Death's Head Castle. Okay. Yeah, no, I mean, even if you don't like finish your thing, yeah, no, it's absolutely that like started you on your journey, like you said. So that is super valuable. I do. So I'm messing around in Unity. Like I kind of went straight to the actual game dev. Not that custom apps aren't actual game dev, but like making my own game kind of thing. But I think I still would like to, like, I don't want to skip past that Radiant step. Like, I do think that would be interesting to like, in this game that I love, try and explore the space and see what it has to offer. I do think that there is value in playing around. Oh, I can open our door here. Tomahawk's good. I will go get. But we can't get fork until one cycle, so I will not do that yet. Perfect. I think I'll get... Ooh. Let me try and find a window to rebuild. I want to get Jug before we head out as well. Or, yeah, that was... Yeah, no, sorry, yeah, like I was saying, yeah, I think I have Radiant downloaded from forever ago, but I never actually booted it up. But if you say it's not too bad, maybe I'll try it out. This is a window, right? Yes. Okay, sorry for the delay, fellas. Dork, yeah, I'm with you. I understand. I mean, no, you know what? I'm not going to be understanding. I don't understand why they're not back. It gives you like 50 points around. It's not game breaking. It wouldn't really slow anything down. Like, just have the zombies be good at ripping down the barriers. I do think it adds a bit more to the like tangibility, like the realness of a map, that the zombies don't just randomly spawn in the ground. They have to actually like spawn and come into the map physically. Yeah, no, I do think that I was sad that was gone. It's like a mechanic that doesn't matter, but at the same time it feels like it feels cozy. Like it feels like the way it's supposed to be. But yes, Mercu, yeah, you're right. It was a remnant of a bygone era. So it's yeah, it was just flavor. That's also exactly right. But it was nice to have something to do. It was nice to have that little nice thing. Okay. I'm going to be ready to go on the plane in a second. Getting carpenters out of the drop cycle is fine, although max armor is there too, right? So like, it's basically the same effect. It's not like we get a shorter drop cycle or anything. So it seems like it wouldn't hurt, right? Lone Design, thank you for coming by. I'm glad you're here. What's our plan with this plane, boys? Okay, we're going. Perfect. Yeah, thanks for stopping by. Yeah, I'm getting into the closer to the new maps now. I'm not purely going to do not purely a nostalgia channel, but I'm glad you enjoyed. Yeah, those maps are like the early maps are my bread and butter, so I'm glad I got to talk about them. And yeah, I'm really happy with the oh, tempting. Sure, yeah, I'll show off the acid gat. Thank you for building the acid gat kit as well. I will do that just so I can show off what that looks like in this new engine. Yeah, no, the max armor buff to refill your reserves was super huge. I feel like that made it's super valuable. You don't get the 200 points Carpenter gave you, but armor is a very valuable resource, so it is nice to have a way to refill it. Dork, yes, 100%. I completely agree with you. That the max ammo rounds were designed when they were originally introduced in Shinonuma as like a kind of reset. Like it refilled all of your resources. That's exactly what it was supposed to be. It was supposed to give you like a fresh starting point. So with armor being in the game, it absolutely is the intended design, like from the original vision, that it would give you max armor. That absolutely is something that should be, because that's what those rounds are supposed to be. Yes, so I totally agree. Yeah, it's supposed to be like a mid-round break, or not mid-round, but mid-game break that is like a checkpoint. Basically, it's like you can't have a checkpoint in a roguelike games like that kind of thing, but that is the idea, is to give you as close to that experience as possible. Anyone in chat, are you guys ready for Hell's Redeemer? Like, did you just get it? Or did we not kill enough zombies on main island yet? Yeah, okay. Let's go. I can go back. Oh boy. Sorry, I'm locking in. I don't want to embarrass myself in front of the boys. Okay. Yeah, Ron, that is an interesting idea. I don't know if I want to like slow, like, because I feel like inherently, which one is my body? This one. Inherently, like, having special zombie rounds does slow the game down, even if they are fast. Like, it's taking time away from the regular game. So having 2 in the cycle means that you kind of go longer between each one. Kind of spreads things out, which might disrupt the balance. It would be interesting for one map to kind of explore if it could work. But it's an interesting idea. I do think that they could just fold it into the main rounds, but your idea is worth talking about too. So I'm not 100% sure. Okay, let me get this. No. It looks like we're missing a skull somewhere. Let me do a quick run around. So yeah, no, so Lone Design, I wanted to talk about that. I think that would be interesting to do. I would I would like to see someone do that. I just don't think I'm the person because I'm kind of new to the I'm newish to the custom scene. I only just got a PC last year. I never played World at War customs, which Merku is always recommending me good stuff for. I think it's an interesting story. I just don't think I have enough knowledge to be the one to tell it. I would just basically be watching other YouTube videos and then regurgitating that back to you, and I don't feel like that's a good thing to do. So I'm gonna that's a great idea, and I wish someone with the knowledge would do like a deep dive into the growth of the custom community, because it's a great story. But oh, Doric has been working on that video. Okay, there you go. I will watch that. Absolutely. I'm excited. Gad is ready now. I was just gonna go run around and do the cycle. No problem. You're totally fine. You did all the work. I don't have to apologize. Yes, I do know Yote Slayer. Yes, classic. Not a great story in real life, but I absolutely watched every video coming out back in the BO1 days. And yes, Skyline, yeah. Like looking back at World at War Customs, I obviously know it was a fledgling industry. Like people were still figuring out how to do it, but it is just kind of quaint how back in the day, like pretty much every map was just like a not cheese cubes kind of thing, but it was just like basically 4 walls put up around. They weren't too worried about aesthetics. It was very much just like boxes of rooms. And I know there were a lot of things with buyable endings. That was an interesting thing that has actually never been brought into the main game loop, which I think is interesting. That's something that's so unique to custom zombies. It's so like you see that so often back there. But did anyone see what that just said? It said, oh, I thought it said start conversation, but it said start conversion. Whoops. Okay, what are we doing? We're cycling around to go to the plane a couple more times, right? I think I'm good. If anyone else needs anything, feel free to go grab. Okay. Oh, the docs. Okay. Sounds good. And yes, yeah, no, sorry. I got caught on a tangent, but I was just saying, like, when I was saying that back in the day, World at War Customs was very bare bones and kind of essential. Like, yeah, now look at how far things have come, where now we have, like, obviously this is a remake of an existing map. So not that it's not ambitious, but it's not like its own thing entirely, but it is absolutely like people are making those maps that are purely original, just like singular developers are making like COD quality maps. Exactly. It's exactly right. Did I open this door? Yeah, we're good. Hot take, but you always hated the Mark III ray gun. Interesting. So is your issue with it the like damage scaling? Like everyone always hates it because it falls off on round 50 or whatever. Do you find that's a problem for you? For me, I don't mind that because I never go to the high rounds. And I think that for the games that I play, I think the Mark III is really interesting. The way you have basically 3 different guns in one, I think is super cool. You can get the, obviously you have the black hole, non-lethal slow, you have the ray gun Mark II, and you have the combined. I think that it adds a lot of versatility in a single, like, small little package. So I do think that is a super cool thing to do. Most World at War maps were just Doris derivatives. Fair, yeah, that's fair. Yeah, again, I haven't seen the whole evolution, but from what I've seen, I understand that, like, Like that was the most groundbreaking formula at the time, and then people had to kind of discover what zombies could be by themselves as Treyarch were discovering it. And then what did I wanted to buy electric cherry, but I also want to pack this, so I will hang out. Does anyone want to come to... the only reason we wouldn't want to fly is if anyone wants to hang around and get kills for Hell's Redeemer, or do we think we're ready there? But yes, the okay, I'm ready to fly. I'm on the roof. I'm good whenever. So the next stream I'm gonna do, I think, is going to be it's, oh god, I'm blanking. It's Mont Saint Michel, which is, in my mind, it's kind of someone independently discovering Citadel des Morts. Like, it's a medieval castle in France kind of thing. And that started as a World at War custom map that they then had to completely rebuild from the ground up for BO3. So again, like, even that single map's development is like an interesting case study into like, it would be an interesting story to see like how they went through that. But yeah, I think that's a super cool custom map.
Strange fucking storm.
And it does kind of sum up the story of custom development in a lot of ways. Okay. Someone made a full Alcatraz map before Mob came out. I had never heard of that. Again, yeah, that is super cool. I do think that Black Ops 3 customs have gotten to the point that World at War was starting to get to, where people are like making... Oh, nice. Very nice. Okay, we'll hang out here for a bit then. Yeah, it's... What the heck was I saying? Let me find Nicholas's message again. Yeah, BO3, like, we're now at the point where people are making like entirely different genres of games in BO3. Like, we're fully understanding the power of the custom engine. So I think that even though it's sad that we had to kind of restart that during like when Black Ops 3 came out, I think we've gotten to that point now where this is now like a fully fledged ecosystem. Okay, guys, I have lost the Blundergat. To the people in the game, I have lost the Blundergat. I'm so Black Ops 6 brained. I just thought it automatically packed. I think the Easter egg is fine as long as you pick it up. You don't need to keep it. Like, you don't even need to pick it up. You just need to like do the skulls. So the Easter egg is fine, but our chances are a lot lower to beat the weasel for this. That's my bad. All right, let's cycle. I want to get out of here. Yeah, Nicholas. Yeah, we're gonna do 3 cycles to the bridge anyway, so we can do the magma gat if we get it out of the box. We'll try that. I'll let someone else take it this time. Let me see. I'll head down to docks for this one. Let me get my shield back though. Elemental Blundergats, yeah. I guess this was kind of their first exploration of like variant wonder weapons, right? Because obviously Origins is the first one everyone thinks of, but this is the first time they had like, I guess that like you had the wave gun and zap gun, but that wasn't really a variant. That was just like how the gun worked. I wanted to get a shield. That's what I wanted. Okay. Oh yeah. So Ron, sorry, I'm just reading your game thing. I think that's interesting. I think Vulture Raid, yeah, that is a cool mechanic that like dealing with something annoying on the enemies allows you to get resources. I do think that that's a cool little bit of game design. Okay. I'll head down to docks and do my stuff. I'm so sorry. Yeah, I said it earlier in the stream too. Like I said exactly that I've been playing so much BO6 that I'm not even thinking about like how Pack-a-Punch used to work, that I'm just always like I expect to press a button and then get my gun, which is the thing I made the video about before Black Ops 6 launched. I was like, I like the old style where you have to think about it, and here I am not thinking about it. So yeah, I deserved that one. Okay.
I'm sick of losing money on the box. I'll just take this.
What? Wait. Raygun Mark II? Am I being trolled? Is that in the is that in the map? Am I... Oh yeah, no, this did. Yeah, because this came out like Mod That Original came out before Buried, but they retroactively patched it in. Okay. Yeah. Well, yeah, I guess Weasel is gonna be the ultimate boss fight. Yeah, it's gonna be tough. Leaving your gun in pack is the zombies version of calling your teacher mom. Yes, absolutely. I'm ready to cycle. I'm down at the docks to pick up the... Do we need... We haven't gone 3 times yet, right? We've only gone twice. Am I crazy? Yeah, 2. Gotcha. Okay. Okay.
Didn't we put that fucker down already?
Oh, this way is not open. Good to know. Good to know. Yeah, Ron, I appreciate you remembering that. I do think that, like, fair warning, it can go too far with that, where people are feeling like they're just doing an Easter egg to be able to play the map, which can be annoying. Some people just want to get in and have some fun. But I think there is a balance there where, like, Origins as well, I think, I said this about Mob, but I do think Origins as well does a really good job of making it feel like, what am I trying to say? Like doing the Easter egg is kind of getting you more powerful. Like you feel that sense of progression, I feel like is the main thing. It feels like everything is deserved. That was an accidental nuke, my bad. Yeah, it really feels like you're earning something. You're really overcoming a big challenge. And yes, I agree that Shadows is the example I was thinking about of Too Far. So yeah, I think that it's something to strive for, but as someone who's not a game designer myself, I don't envy the people who are and have to figure out that perfect balance. Yeah, there was another thread. Expert Fusion said that people who said that things in zombies are tedious are like, he disagrees with them, and I think that Shadows is something I would call tedious. I think that the fact that the parts are in the same spot every time and it's just a matter of execution, like it is fun for some people to just like perfectly master that execution and do it perfectly right and speed run it. But for me, who just plays kind of casually and doesn't try and master every single thing, oh, we got some disagreement in the game. Okay, my bad. Please still revive me. I do think that like it is good, but I think the setup is I think tedious is the right word. And even something like Zetsubo, which is like a longer setup, I think that's factually true to say, because there's so much more randomness and there's different ways to approach it. You can do things in different orders. I think that little touch of just a bit of dynamic like response goes a long way for me. Can I just snag? Is it? Does everyone have to do their own Hell's Redeemer, or can I just steal this? If one person does it, is it done? Let me test it out. Where are we going? This way? Yes. Okay. It is not available for everyone, unless I've messed it up. Maybe I have to just do the lava step on my own or something, but I cannot pick up the Redeemer. Okay, I'm coming up top now. That's fair. I might have to wait around. Yeah, I might just not grab the Redeemer this game. I think I have not been as diligent about it as I should be. Okay.
Come on, hurry it up. Which one of us is steering this?
So let me catch up. I think, so for me, the thing with Origins is the Panzer at round 8 is mean. It is a hard stop, but I think it's something that you can, like, once you know it's coming, like your first game, you're gonna die to the Panzer. But I think your second game, you can survive. So it's not noob super friendly, but I don't think it's like impossible. Like I think something like Shadows, I don't think I unlocked Shadows without a guide. Like, I don't think I was able to do that. So I do think that that's too far, but I think Origins is almost close enough to being like solvable on your own and being able to like overcome the challenges on your own that I don't think it went too far. And yes, that's the other thing is that Nicholas, yeah, sorry, yeah. I totally agree. I think I've mentioned this a couple times as well, but and I think other people are mentioning this too, yeah, Ron. But what makes a step not tedious in my mind is that it's like you're doing what you should be doing. Like, you're not doing something annoying like grappling up to the same point every map and doing the exact same movements. Like, you're killing zombies. That's what's fun in zombies, right? So I think that as long as you are doing fun stuff, you can get away with a lot of more complex things as long as it's actually looped back into the main game loop instead of, like, I was going to say the Raven Sword puzzle in Citadel. Not to spoil it for Mercu, I won't, but I don't think it's like that is a puzzle, but I don't think it takes you away from the gameplay for too long. I think it's nice and quick. So I think that doesn't go too far, but I'm trying to think of something that does go too far, that takes you fully out of the gameplay loop. They're mostly Easter egg steps. There's very rarely a setup that does that, but as long as the step has you actually killing zombies, it's a lot more forgiving in my mind. Like, yeah, the setup should feel like you're able to accomplish it while still doing what the game is good at.
Please,
Okay, who knows the numbers? Because I don't think I do. Yeah, Stork, that's a great example. Yeah, like the regular staffs aren't too bad, but the upgraded staffs absolutely, like, staring at a ceiling is the exact right description. Yeah, or just training around for the ice staff while you, of course, have a guide off to the side. because of course you don't actually just know that. It's, yeah, it is like, it does feel like it's slowing you down, and it's something you have to do. Like, the staffs are so essential.
Find that fucking box before
So-
the sale's over. You backed the wrong horse, fucker.
Don't need that RPG.
I'm only finishing what you started.
Okay. Oh, okay. Excellent. Oh yeah, yeah. This ultimate guide has been done forever. Yeah. So you're all prepared. Okay.
You backed the wrong horse, fucker.
Nicholas, that would be an option if we had 4 players, but we do not have a. Who are we missing? We're missing the guy from Bronx Tale. What's his name? We're missing him. Anyway, so we would not be able to get the last number.
So you want to know the truth?
My name is Stanley Ferguson.
Eh, we got it. Oh god, I have an unpacked gun for this fight. Ace, I think you've won this one.
Insight into one of the more interesting tales from the prison's history. Over the decades, Alcatraz has seen more than its fair share of daring escape attempts. However, few were as audacious as the one undertaken by 4
Sorry, I'm listening to the. I realize it's quiet for you guys, so I should probably be talking. My bad. I'm listening to the story. Everyone knows the story of Mob of the Dead by now.
was as unlikely as its mastermind.
No, I think it is cool. Like, because I don't remember when all the numbers are said, but they do absolutely say all of them at various points in the map, or Brutus does. And like, you don't know they're important until then, but like, it absolutely is something that's solvable because like it's a 3-digit number and he keeps saying them over and over again, so you can put it together. Yeah, that is very cool. Totally agree.
How the Weasel managed to convince these hardened criminals that such a plan was even possible.
Where'd my packed gun go? I think the game glitched or something. It was weird. I had a packed gun, and then for some reason I didn't have it. I don't know what happened there. I think this map is broken. Cop for that. Has some bugs to polish up. Oh, missed my jump there. Ron, talk to you later. Yeah, finish your stuff up. Thanks for dropping by. Absolutely, always a pleasure to chat about game design.
With the plan falling apart.
Sorry, that was a slander, by the way. It was a complete slander on my part. Cop for that made a great map, and there are very few glitches, and the missing gun is my fault. I know. Oopsies. Oh, you know what? This ends the game. So, do we want to do the Magmagat before this? And then I wouldn't have it in my first person model, but we could at least see the process for it. Yes. Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it. So yeah, this is one of the main side Easter eggs added on this map. You just, after 3 cycles to the bridge, you hold interact on here, and then you put the thing in the fireplace. You do a lockdown, same as Blood of the Dead. And then we'll see the part that I died during, which is you carry it down to the docks. And there's one of those pressing machines in the docks, but you have to light it with the fire along the way to keep the fire lit, or you'll have to do the whole thing over again. Yeah, it's a lot of fun. Aftertaste? That's useless for killing Ace of Spades. You know what? I was almost Black Ops 6 brained again. I was like, oh, well, I'll keep that and also my second Gobblegum that I get. But no, you only get 1. I'm so greedy. I was expecting to get 2 Gobblegums there. And be able to use them both, I mean to say. But I do not. Okay. So any blue barrel you see, go right, go right, go right. Go down here. You were supposed to go to, oh, sorry, I thought that was a different character. Once you get out of the warden's office, you go right. You're gonna have to go down here. There's a barrel right here to relight your fire on your left as you're about to go out of the warden's office. To relight your fire, if I think I said that. You're in there completely alone. Sorry. Can I? Yeah, I can't come in. And then yeah, it's in the room where the clamps are in the for the shield. The room in Blood of the Dead, that's the lower island power room. That's the end point. That's where you're trying to go, but make sure you hit the barrels along the way.
You're not giving me any fucking love bites.
And then left. We're just living vicariously through Skyland right now. Oh, I'll go get him. Once you get into the, it's on your left. Like go in left to like kind of where the afterlife shock box is. It's on the far wall closest to Jug. I don't know if that's gonna help, but
Don't touch me, you fucking goofy looking bastard.
if you fail, the lockdown seems like it's not too long, so we can do it again. And yes, Nicholas made a great point. Make sure you put it in the press and then also pick it back up out of the press. Don't make a pack-a-punch mistake like I did. All right, no worries. If you don't know where it is, I can show you. I do know where it is supposed to go in the end.
You're not giving me any fucking love bites.
Gobblegum. Might have needed that later, but okay, you saw the machine. Perfect. Okay, so we can just do lockdown again. Sounds good, sounds good. Okay. Hey. Okay, I'm back. All right, this is the run. This is the one.
Actually, you came pretty close.
We're in a new round. Can I get a... Oh, 5,000. No. Think about elemental blundergats. Yeah, that's true. Both of them would work. Electrical blundergat would be a super interesting thing to add. You know, I guess with Blood of the Dead, they were more on the hell theme than they were on the electric chair theme. I'm leaning so far back from my mic. Yeah, they were thinking more of hell, so lava makes sense for Blood of the Dead. But for bringing it back to Mob, that absolutely would have made sense for Mob with the theming of the map. Electric would have been the perfect implementation of it. Obviously this map is now done. He's not going to add new stuff, but that would have been an interesting avenue to explore. Good instinct. Oh, Nicholas, you were the first to do the Easter egg and then didn't get it right at the end? Brutal. I've done that on Blood a couple times, so I know the pain. Oh, someone else did it. Yeah, I mean, yeah, sucks to be them. At least it wasn't you, though. Okay. Okay. Desperate for Fatal Contraption right here. Well, that's useless.
Haven't you realized something, son of a bitch?
You backed the wrong horse, fucker. Load up.
Oh. I just tried to put on armor. I don't know what is wrong with me. I just tried to press Y to put on armor. I got myself, don't worry. Are we live or do we have to do it again?
You backed the wrong horse, fucker.
get rid of these guys. Did insta-kill? Oh, I guess insta-kill ended a second early. Oh no! I wish I could have popped my Phoenix up for you. Yeah, so Ace, that's what happened to me last game. I don't know what the conditions are, but sometimes when you fail the Magmagat lockdown, it just like randomly doesn't give it back to you or doesn't leave it in the fireplace. So that's unfortunate. I guess that weakens you for the final boss fight. Focus on surviving. Don't worry too. I mean, Ace might want his stuff, but I'm fine. I'm dead. I'm fine to die. Yeah, Dapper Dan, I am playing BO6. I'm playing a ton of BO6. I've beaten the Citadel Easter egg like multiple times in the last couple days. I'm having a ton of fun with it. But I thought I'd do a BO3 stream for a couple reasons. One, because it's my own tiny protest of the AI nonsense, and also because this map came out and it looked pretty cool. Oh, that's totally fine. I'm the first one that died. That's all my fault. I am so sorry. Oh, wow. Well, we didn't get anything done this stream, but we saw a very cool map. So I'm happy. I'm not mad at all. That was thematically appropriate to mob. Yes, we were just according to canon. The mobsters always die. No one escapes alive. We were just playing along with the theme. Absolutely. We probably should have flown. That Magmagat upgrade is what's killed me pretty much every run. It killed me my last main run in this stream, and it ended that. So yes, that is the run killer 100%. But yes, no, this was a ton of fun. The cycle continues, just another cycle. Absolutely. The game is punishing you for trying to put blood into mob. That is damn true. Blood is great, but it's not what this map was supposed to be. Cop for that has cursed us with the possibilities. But yeah, no, I still had a ton of fun. Yes, this was great. Thank you to Skyline and Ace of Spades for joining. Skyline, if you have a YouTube channel, shout it out. I'm not sure if you do, but Ace of Spades, I do want to shout out because I know he has a YouTube channel. So definitely check him out for guides. He's doing both old maps, a lot of great breakdowns, and he is doing the new stuff too. His Terminus guide was the best Terminus guide that I saw. So absolute shout out. Skyline, shout out just for existing. But yes, yeah, that was a ton of fun. This is a great custom map. Nope, I don't want to. Nope. Let me go back to solo. Yeah, all the stuff is in the description. For this map, it is by Cop for that. It is a custom BO3 map, Mob of the Dead. That's just what it's called on the Steam store. I'm sure you'll be able to find it. Absolutely worth playing if you have a PC that can run it. But yes, this is a super cool map. It's visually gorgeous. It has a couple side Easter eggs, as you saw. Whoops, sorry about my mic. It has a couple side Easter eggs, but for the most part, it's very faithful. No like layout changes or anything. It just adds gobblegums and the Magmagat and stamina up. That's the only things it adds. It is what I hoped for after seeing Cop for that do Call of the Dead. So highly recommend. Yeah, that was a ton of fun. Thank you guys for playing. Thanks everyone for watching. Nicholas, thank you for saying that it's hard if you don't have a BO3 skill, because that is very much me, and I appreciate someone acknowledging my struggles. Steam Workshop, yes, it's not on the Steam store. Yeah, I think that's just about it. Yeah, yeah, thanks everyone for stopping by. This was a ton of fun. Yeah, Citadel de Mor Easter egg guide on Ace of Spades channel, absolutely. Do I have anything else to say? Yeah, I think next one is probably, again, I keep saying this, but I am probably gonna do another stream maybe in like, I'm trying to figure out my schedule. I might be gone Christmas break, so it might be in the new year. But I think I'm gonna do another BO3 custom map, because I'm having a ton of fun with it as well. And there's not going to be any new BO6 content for a long time. I could do Jingle Hells, but I think I'm having fun with BO3, even though I'm getting absolutely punished. So yeah, that's probably what it's going to be. But since I won't see anybody then, happy holidays, Merry Christmas if you celebrate, Happy New Year, all that good stuff. Yeah, absolutely. Thanks for stopping by. Thanks for checking out the videos. If you watch them, thanks for checking out the stream. Yeah, I really appreciate all the chats, all the comments on all the videos. I just appreciate hearing what you guys have to say. That's the best part of all this. So I'm very grateful that people share their thoughts. So that's really what I appreciate the most. All right. Talk to you guys later. Thanks for stopping by.